Hello, everybody, and welcome to Prestige Encounters. I am the talking personification of Salkos, and this is a D&D campaign brought to you by Prestige Gaming Community. We have a fantastic session in store for you today, but before we get into all of that, a few announcements to get through. First and foremost, a lot of the music you'll be hearing tonight is brought to you by Midnight Syndicate. Midnight Syndicate is a music production group creating goth, horror, and fantasy RPG music that you can be using at your tables at home. For more information, go to midnightsyndicate.com or use the command in our chat exclamation point midnight for a direct link. I went to the old syntax for our bots. Oops. Also, we are sponsored by Arc and Forge. Arc and Forge is a comprehensive tool for game masters and dungeon masters alike to bring fuller immersion to their players at the tables. You can create things like maps, use their playlist for sound effects, ambient sounds, and music in general. If you have a smart table, like a smart tabletop, it also has miniature detection. As you move your miniature across the map, it will detect where you place your miniature and update the map accordingly. I don't know if you guys knew about that, but since we are a virtual game, we cannot utilize that. So, but if you are in person and you have the money to spend on a smart table, by all means, use Arc and Forge because it'll make it worth it. For more information, go to arcandforge.com and utilize their one-time payment for their software. It's not a subscription like everything else is these days. It's a one-time fee for $35. But if you want to be fiscally responsible, you can use the code Prestige at checkout for $5 off. That's 1/7 off. Wow. Like close to 15% or something like that. Close. Yeah. Yeah.
Math.
Anyway,
that's math.
That's all the announcements I have. You might notice that we have a guest here tonight. His name is Aaron.
Hello.
We'll be introducing his character when it comes up, but he's here. So
eventually.
I thought he was just visiting. I didn't realize he brought a character.
he's just visiting. He's just here to watch. He's our intern now.
I'm the note taker.
He likes to watch. Heard.
Anyway,
yeah.
Grab your drinks, grab your snacks as I welcome you to your table after a 2-week hiatus here at Prestige Encounters. And here to tell us what happened last week as their character is none other than the man himself, Casimir.
In all the tales I read as a boy in the library, no story would prepare me for the journey in the underworld. The tales I read were of heroism, great loves, and greater tragedies. The underworld has been fraught with decay, loss, and betrayal. Led by Cookie to a supposed safe haven, Nazmir and I were instead overtaken by the undead. I remember pain, blood, flashes of being dragged away. We were separated at some point before I lost consciousness. Astra and Phineas found me where I'd been drugged by one of the denizens of the underworld, a decaying goblin named Zelvin. I spent a restless night hearing murmurs of voices in the manor. I don't recall much until the next morning. In the morning, Phineas attempted to cast banishment on Zelvin to send him back to his homeland. Of course, magic is fickle, and the dead have no place in the world of the living any longer, even amongst the tribes of Grimesh. With no other recourse, Zelvin agreed to guide us to the Bridge of Crossing, our path to the city of the goddesses. He covered us in his blood to better help disguise the living amongst us from the undead, the walking dead, and we set off. As we reached the bridge, we were faced with a perilous chasm. As we crossed, a massive dragon wreathed in shadows destroyed the bridge one side after the other. We fought valiantly, a great story, much like the ones I read. Astra, in the shape of some baffling lizard bird, killed the dragon. Cormac, was felled in the battle. With quick work from Astra, he was returned back to life. He expressed some sadness. In the moment of his death, he saw all those that he had loved. He was guided back to this life because he had a purpose to serve. Alive again, he revealed his true name of Revelor, son of a wealthy Donlan-Gladian family. If only that was the last revelation for the day. Phineas, his child born of tragedy, his family lost, washed out of his academy of magic. He found a new mother to bear him a child. The Lady of Fire, Atagora, the very monster that haunts us, kills those we care about. Phineas, traitor, betrayer.
Thank you. So the party is resting around this makeshift campsite as Phineas revealed who he truly was. A member of, rather a subordinate of some sort of the Coven rather than a direct member himself. Taking off his pendant that provided him protection against being scryed upon, you can only assume that Atagora was able to spot him and whisk him away to wherever he may be now. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna pick up the pendant.
We need to move. There's no time to sit here. She knows where we are. She knows our purpose.
Let's move.
I can't believe what just happened.
It really explains why his child was a fiend.
Well, that would have been helpful information, but
Well,
How is it nobody asked about that this entire time?
it didn't even come to mind for me. It's just a baby.
I knew the whole time.
I just thought you all knew.
Damn it. I forgot you were here.
Hi.
Mm.
And anyways, we are once again completely untrusting, never sharing the truth, and yet somehow once again taken advantage of.
I can't believe it. He took my trust that I gave him because he had a compelling story and a child with him, and he chewed it up and swallowed it and shat it out and flung it in my face.
He flung the shit in your face. Yes, that's
Yes.
Wow, that's an image. Let's talk and
Let's-
walk angrily.
Yes.
Oh, I was already walking, man.
It's hard to tell. You kind of slurp along a little bit. Is that? I think your foot fell off.
Oh, my bad.
So just twist it back on a little bit.
You just push it
Slightly
back into the-
crooked. It's fine. It's just a spring.
whatever you say.
So you, just a reminder, as it has been 2 weeks, you are in this like kind of rolling field with the city ahead of you. And it's kind of like has this black stone look with a sort of turquoise-ish glow about it.
Mm.
And you do notice that like kind of silvery stream that you noticed in the sky that was kind of like an aurora borealis but black and white and gray has now kind of flown down almost like a rainbow and is going into the city, and that this tall spire in the middle of it. as that would be the end of the bridge for the crossing. And you guys are all moving your way there.
We're making our way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you move quickly towards the city, it starts to become a lot more crowded. But rather than entities of rot and decay, those corrupted souls that you have fought multiple times on your journey to this area, these tend to be more benevolent in nature. They're just trying to get to the city the same as you through whatever means necessary. As those that are outside the city have been revealed to be more along the ways of corrupted souls or evil things that don't want to move what's beyond next, because that would be bad for their eternity. Right. So eventually, after waiting, and it becomes a line of some sort where you're being greeted at the gate, and there are 2 guards on both sides of the portcullis of this massive almost obsidian sheen like wall. It's not exactly made of obsidian, but it has that kind of reflection to it, that sheen that you would find in volcanic glass. And eventually your party arrives. There is the first guard is a skeleton. He has a very shiny bit of armor on that's silver in color with a very big blue feather sticking out, with a cloak that is both black and turquoise kind of flown across his shoulder. The armor is impeccable outside the massive hole right in the middle of the chest that you can see clearly through, somehow indicating his demise of some sort. The other one is a ghost. He is also in armor similar to that of a soldier, but his hair is put in all directions, standing straight out with slight sparks of electricity occasionally shining through it, much like an evil doctor's lab when you see the 2 coils and there's like electricity going up between them. It goes vroom. But
Yeah.
you can guess that he might have met his demise through some sort of electricity attack, maybe a lightning bolt by a mage of some sort. But you do notice that he has pointed ears. He is elvish, and his armor would indicate that of Dolenglad. The skeleton will speak. Halt! Something seems
Yes.
off about all of you.
We're pretty corpses, yes.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh man, we're all good here. We're just gonna pass on it. Nope. There's something off about you. I can smell it.
Mm-hmm.
How did you all die?
Killed by an angel?
Do you see this scar on my head?
You see the scar on my neck?
Mycelium zombies.
This one here, he points at Cormac, is killed by a dragon.
Yeah, you see how I'm dead behind the eyes?
And he goes to Astrid. She was literally incinerated. Like, you know.
Everybody in the party has died at least once.
Well, I mean, okay, I haven't, but like it's.
Can I get a group deception check? Because you're technically telling the truth. You have died before, but you're not currently dead, except for you know. So can I get
The
a group
obvious.
deception check?
All right.
Yes.
19.
Oh,
It's not going well either way for me.
All right. That's not great, but
Could I add guidance?
Yeah.
Sure.
Make him away downtown.
Walking fast.
Suddenly,
So
a
it's gonna be
woman
a
that
16?
is writing on a piano zips by.
Natural 20.
She gets to go in.
Natural 20 with a +0 is a 20.
Okay. So you said deception?
Deception, please.
Okay.
How is that even a thing?
Oh,
Oh my god.
It can happen.
I know, it's just like so improbable.
5.
There's only a 1 in 20
So
chance.
overall, it's with the natural 20, but the 2 lower rules, pretty average. You know, pretty average. The other one, no. No, I can clearly tell you are living. You're of the living world. Not
know
you.
you.
We know. You can go on through if you wish. I'm sorry, but we cannot let you pass into the realm of Greftrea and Ialna.
Pretty please.
We have an invitation.
No.
We do have an invitation, yes.
Present.
We're more like told to come here by the goddess.
Like we have not heard that one before.
I mean, you could go ask them.
And leave our posts.
I mean, one of you.
If
There's two of you there.
Disagree with our decision, you can go over there and wait.
Is there an appeals board that we can go to a little bit quicker? I mean,
This is the quickest process that we have.
so do we just kill them
Just
and
go
then
over there and wait. And we'll get to you
Right.
momentarily.
There has to be something that I can offer to get through, right? Like a dance? I don't.
Oh, that is an excellent idea. Ah, yes, we'll offer them a quest, a trial to enter our fair city.
No.
I said a dance.
No,
Yeah.
no, you're absolutely
Why?
right. You should be offered a chance to enter our city. Yes,
This is
yes,
great.
I agree.
This is the best thing that's happened all day. Honestly, come on, guys. Let's do this. This
Yes.
is fun. Quest to get into the gates of the city of the undead to meet the goddess who invited us. This is fantastic. I need
Wait till
this.
they hear about this.
It is quite all right. I have eternity to wait.
We need this. Come on, guys. This is...
You're so funny.
Yeah,
It's
we
like-
kind of need a win today.
Okay, so you guys are just, tooting your own horn. What do you want us to do?
They want you to toot their horn.
Yeah, they said present.
One moment. In the back line, you hear, "Hurry up!"
Blame the guards, not us.
And they're like whispering to each other. Yes. A few miles away from the city, there is just so happens to be a fountain that is rather important to our goddesses. An old altar, one would say, a spring. If you can, each bring us a vial of the water from this altar, you will be allowed into the city.
What is the fine print associated with this quest?
Oh, there's no fine print. That is all you have to do.
Is there a guardian?
I want to.
Not that we know of.
Oh boy. Well, so that's a yes.
Great. This is great.
I don't quite believe that there's no fine print.
Come on,
Did
there's always
you-
fine print.
Did you want to see if they're
Right.
telling the truth? Is that what you're asking me?
Yes.
There's always
Roll
a
for
finer
insight,
print.
please.
Yeah.
And it just so happens you're not the only living creature trying to enter our city today
18.
by
No.
by
No.
coincidence. You won't be doing this alone if you so choose. Of course, you can do it alone and go your separate ways. And he's gonna gesture over a few feet away from you. Actually, you didn't notice them until now. But Aaron, would you like to describe your character, please?
Well, you see, no more than 2 feet tall is a it's a short green frog man with on his back he has a sort of modified pitchfork that has been turned into like some sort of guitar or lute, and he has on a straw hat and leather overalls and just a plain old shirt and short pants with that have long, thin frog legs sticking out of the bottoms.
Sorry, is that a person or is that like your lunch? I'm not entirely sure I know what's happening.
Dan's like looking around for somebody they gestured towards. He's just like looking at his height.
It's you mean the frog, the frog, right? It's
It talks.
it or
Okay,
okay.
you refer to it as it though.
Okay.
Anyway, if you wish to enter the city, oh, by the 18, I forgot. Okay. Yeah, there seems to be more to this story than they're telling.
Okay.
Yeah, there's always
Cool.
more.
Yeah.
I have a query.
Yes,
Yes,
what
Kaiser.
is it? We are very busy. As you can see, there's a line behind you, so
What if I could prove that I was a ghost?
you already tried that.
Yeah, but what if I tried again? With more proof this time?
I mean, this is fascinating. I think
No,
you
like,
should-
don't you want to know?
You should allow this. This is going to be interesting. Trust me.
Make a persuasion
What if
check
I
with advantage, please, Kydro.
didn't do nothing yet? There's a thing. Okay, but yeah, sure. 3.
With advantage is 18.
18. Wait, did he say disadvantage?
Advantage.
Advantage.
Oh, here, let me add guidance then, because 3 is
Oh.
hopeless, but like, okay, it's a 22.
It's a
22 on the
22.
persuasion.
You may try.
I don't know about
Watch.
you, but
This will be great.
Everybody bear witness as I exhibit clear spectral properties. Kydra's gonna take his hand. He's gonna put it through the hole in the skeleton's chest. He's gonna go, look, I can go straight through you, like a ghost.
Oh wow.
That was exactly as
I can
as
see
much
that
as-
very clearly.
This is exactly what I was hoping for.
Me and all my friends are like this. We're all super dead ghosts.
The electricity ghost is gonna look down and go, oh, what a neat trick! Oh, that's not working though.
Oh,
That was quite amusing though.
I think we're all ignoring the fact that there is a 2-foot tall frog person standing there. What is your name, sir?
What? Oh,
Hi, Frog.
hey there. The name's Harley.
Harley?
Tips his hat. Yes, sir.
What business do you have in here?
I'm looking for a swan, or I mean, he might be a halfling. I don't know how dying really works. I gotta find a soul, and I'm not leaving without it.
Well, that's quite the predicament you are in. I can tell you are also living and you have to get through the same thing that we do, so how about we find that lake? Where there's most likely something that will try to kill us.
Yeah,
Looks
probably.
looked like that's all we could do. I didn't really expect to see any other living people here. I guess I didn't do my research, but
Well, I mean, he just hopped on in
Yep.
head first.
How did you get in here?
I paid a wizard a lot of money.
Okay.
All my money. Really.
Fair enough.
Okay. You're capable?
Yeah, I'm quite good at playing some magical tunes. Takes the pitchfork off his back.
Okay.
Music! That's what we've been missing since our tiger-striped friend was passed over.
Yeah, I haven't had much to do besides watch the animals and play some tunes. So I've gotten pretty good at it.
I guess the undead aren't hungry for frog.
No, it was a lot of running. It was a lot of sneakiness too. I turned myself into an even smaller animal at some point, trying to avoid them.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, so I don't mean to be awkward or anything, but I really appreciate y'all getting me here. I'm just gonna go on in.
I mean, enjoy, Zelvin. Thank you for your assistance, and thank you for not betraying us.
Thank you so much, Dublin.
You know, when I get in there, I'm gonna try to get a good word for you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that- That
for
was, we
saving.
would appreciate that.
No
by the way.
problem. I'll say I can do.
Okay. Well, and enjoy crossing.
I'll try. The game is foot.
Yeah, don't forget you left one of your
Okay,
toes there.
bye. And he's just gonna go into the city. And there goes Zoblin the Goblin.
Okay, well,
All right.
You told us that the lake was a few miles away from here, but in which direction?
Oh, it's that way.
Which what?
Which way?
Oh, I totally understand.
I thought you would.
Yeah. I'd say, what's north in the underworld?
That way.
It's certainly not this way.
Is that way?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, okay, let's go that way then.
Yeah, well, let's go the way that they directed.
Yes.
All right. Revelor, lead the way.
All right then. He's gonna start walking in that direction.
So the party sets off with a new ally, slowly making their way through. You find that the landscape does not change much over the next hour or so. Still these rolling fields. There appears to be some sort of foliage, but it's not like this lush grass that you would find or grain that you normally find in these fields, that sort of thing. It's just gray and dull, like it's wilting or it's deprived of water. Much of what you see is in shades of gray. There's a few trees barren, a few containing or bearing fruit, but no leaves. And after a few hours of walking, you find yourself coming near some sort of wide stream, or creek rather, with a stone bridge allowing you to cross. Prior to crossing this creek, there are 3 poles in the ground equally spaced from each other, standing about 8 feet tall. 14 feet tall. Each of the poles have another beam attached to the top of them, making a kind of an upside down L shape. And with hanging off each of these beams is a cage made of iron. Inside of these cages are corpses, of varying states of decay. But as you're looking at these corpses, and as you're starting to get a fair distance closer, but not too close quite yet, you notice that they are all adorned with a number of jewels and other precious items. One of the corpse's hands are out of the cage, kind of hanging down in a way, but in its skeletal hand, it's holding an emerald about the same size of its palm. Its fingers tightly clutched around it.
That's curious.
So, that sure looks like a trap.
I mean, is it a trap, or are these those who came to the underworld and couldn't let go of their wealth, trapped by it for all of eternity?
Could be both.
Yeah, no, say most things are both.
I'm gonna use my divine sense. With any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that's not behind total cover.
There is undead.
Okay.
Can I get a perception check from somebody?
I got it.
That's all you would get, is that there's undead from those 3 cages and from Casimir.
Oh yeah.
So it's not quite hard to see, but there is a wooden sign in front of the centermost pole, a few feet in front of it, right at the edge of the path, as these poles are like 5 feet off the path from the bridge, where they sign right on the gravel path where you're kind of walking. But you're not close enough to read it yet. You get closer?
Before
There's a sign over there. We should go read that.
Before we go read that, I feel compelled to tell you all that those corpses that you guys pointed out to me, those are not dead. They are undead. So
I mean, we are in
Good
the
thing they're in
underworld.
cages.
Yeah, that tends to be most things I've run into down here.
So,
pointing it out before.
say, did that dead man in the like green tunic get that like green gem from like a slicing through grass or something?
I don't understand why somebody would pay you that much for yard work.
None of my crops have ever produced
Casimir, what's
money.
your armor class?
It's an amount. I'll let you know after you tell me how much the attack is.
What's your armor class, Casimir?
It's 15.
And what's your passive perception?
It's 11. Come on, is
Thank
all the
you.
jokes always funny?
Proceed.
Okay. Cool. Sorry, it was the green gem in the sign. I just couldn't resist. I just want to like ha at the sign.
Let's move closer and read.
Yeah, let's just, be careful. Don't get caught off
Yeah.
guard.
I tiptoe.
Does anybody speak Celestial?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you read Celestial?
Yes.
The sign reads, "The Folly of Thieves."
The folly of thieves.
Hydro.
So I assume it's implying that these people died due to trying to steal things.
I feel like we shouldn't steal whatever they're, holding.
Oh yes, that would be a good idea.
Offering you a gem, do not take.
I mean, I would presume just not taking random, precious jewels you find in the underworld's a good idea.
Don't pick up shinies.
Yeah.
But
You guys are asking a lot, you know what I mean? Like,
Listen.
that's just.
I mean,
So now that you're closer, I will further describe what they are wearing. The centermost one is wearing a jeweled crown made of a mixture of gold, mithril, and adamantite metals, for those of you who would recognize those things, with a number of diamonds and rubies adorning it. That's the one holding the emerald stone with his hand hanging out of the cage. Both of its eye sockets are also made of these opal-like stones, with a very nice cloak and robe adorning the shoulders and kind of flowing back. It is pristine for the amount of decay that this corpse has. Its clothes are also very fine. You get that it somehow resembles royalty of some sort. It also holds a scepter, which at the tip of it is a crown as well, made of jewels. The one on the left does not have jewelry on, but it does have armor. This armor is that of a chain with kind of a red sheen to it. It has a soft magical glow. It resembles that of kind of a almost what you'd find ancient Middle Eastern warriors wearing, where it has like the hood that comes up with the cloth around it as well. It's also holding in its hand, both hands actually. One hand has a scimitar of some sort that also seems to have magical properties. You notice it has small flicks of flame that occasionally flicker in and out. The other hand is holding a vintage bottle of some sort of spirit. And the one on the opposite side of that one seems to be some sort of once magic caster. They are wearing robes that are black and red in color, with a staff that seems to have a number of enchantments on it as well. And in their hand, they are holding some sort of orb.
Okay, guys, hear me out. I know I said don't touch the shinies. However,
I mean,
I see a
To be
cool
fair-
sword.
to be fair, I mean,
be fair,
the only reason why you may think, oh, don't touch it because, folly of thieves or whatever the fuck you said.
yeah.
But people here can't physically touch things because they're all dead.
Well, they
Maybe that's why it's all still here.
Those are skeletons. I'm pretty sure we did get attacked by things similar to those.
Yeah, and also I will point out that the last time I told somebody not to touch something shiny.
Yeah, we
What
did
happened?
have a
Well,
Astra disintegrate.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yes, that's something that did happen.
Yeah.
I
Interesting.
don't want to disintegrate.
Yeah, and it's very tempting and it's fascinating because, a sign that Daon can read, which I assume means it's some, fantastical language.
It's celestial.
Yeah, sorry,
Oh.
I was never taught celestial as a child. And bunch of shiny, obviously wonderful, wonderful gifts, just ready to be taken. As we're here to cross the bridge on our way to our objective. I mean, were these dead people when they got here, or were they living, sent here, tested, and failed? We're in the underworld. This could very well be, not just an adventure, but this could be a trial.
In my advice, with my advice, I suggest that you just completely ignore all of this. Just like I ignore anything that conflicts with my moral compass or anything like that. I close it away in my mind and think about it when I'm going to sleep.
Wow, that sounds very unhealthy.
Yeah, I mean, it's worked for me so far.
But I do agree we should just keep on going forward.
Yeah. Yes. So I mean, I know three of you especially are very, very keen on this, but I know, Kaiju, you don't have to tell me you're excited about Chinese. I know you are.
I really want one.
You are vibrating so hard that the rock next to you on the ground is actually shaking. Like, it's actually kind of impressive, the muscle control. But obvious trap is obvious. I think I've said those words before.
Daon will walk up to Kydro and just kind of put his hands on the sides of his head. Like, listen, Kydro. Your soul is the shiny. You have a shiny within you. You don't need anything else.
How do I take it out?
God damn it.
You already have it with you. It's on your person.
Yeah.
It's in your person.
You're wielding it when you fight.
Yes, the soul of a fighter.
I still want to steal something.
I know, and honestly, we'll steal things that don't, put you in an iron cage for all of eternity. How about that?
I could easily break iron. I'm just saying. That's not even crazy.
I assume it would be some kind of magic iron you can't break.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I suspect it's one of those one person touches and there's a big booming dramatic voice. You have doomed yourselves for eternity. And, and listen, I read too many books when I was a kid. This is...
I believe us lurking here is entertaining the thought of stealing stuff too much. Maybe we should proceed.
Maybe...
Look, maybe we could talk about it on the way back. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, we're coming back this way anyway.
Yes. We have a purpose, and the purpose each of us carries is our own. We are some of us here to save Astra's people, some of us here are frogs, some of us are here for adventure, some of us are here to become eternally powerful, and none of those goals can be accomplished if we spend millennia rotting in a cage.
Agreed!
You guys are lucky that none of these items, surface level, express the ability to make me punch any better than I already do. And that I already have a great deal of magical items. Let's keep going.
Yay! We'll come back.
Yes.
We will come back to steal more, yes.
Yeah. I mean, this could still backfire, but let's go.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So about that, while everybody was so focused on Kydro not being the one to steal this, nobody was paying attention to Quasar.
God damn it.
As you are like, let's move on, you then look around to get a better idea of where everybody is standing, to notice Quasar is currently reaching up and putting his hands on the scimitar that was flexing.
I want to smack his hand away.
Oh no.
He is grabbing it.
Fuck.
And
Okay,
during
fine.
that-
I'm tackling him. Fuck it.
I think it's too
Full on tackle.
Oh no!
I actually wanna do
that's-
this.
That's not how this is working. Give me 1 second. I have to get this map I had to make on the fly.
Oh no!
Honestly, you know what? Like, I have to say, Dakota, like, it was a great bit of roleplay leading up to it, and I absolutely loved that somebody pushed the button.
Hey, if you guys want to know, I rolled a 28 on stealth.
Man, like, you know, there was a big red button that says "Do not push," and you're like, I don't know, man.
I
love
can't
it.
read.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it says do and push in the sentence. I mean,
Yeah.
there's just an extra
Yeah.
word. That don't mean
What
nothing.
does that mean?
Sorry, give me
Yeah.
1 second. I gotta.
Yeah,
28 on stealth is crazy. You must have like left behind like a shadow clone that was talking for you or something.
No,
Man, how
I stopped
somehow
talking as soon as I DM'd Michael. I was like, I'm gonna go over there, like very slowly, just sneak over there.
It'd be really funny if
Somehow was wearing
mid conversation we were like,
kind too.
Well, I mean,
what the-
as we said, you know, Quasar is the only one in the party who hasn't died.
That's better change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
Show up
devious.
day one, die.
yeah. Implodes. Just like covered, like everyone's just red.
Yeah, man.
be
Michael's
super
doing a whole
funny.
lot of flipping,
Suddenly
dude.
frog legs.
Yeah,
Quasar bleeds stars.
yeah. Honestly, we're only bringing we're only bringing you because if we get hungry, literally frog's legs.
Light lunch.
Yeah, it's like called
I would-
out of character vamping. To let our dungeon master be awesome.
No. We don't need another cook with us. We don't need another cook with us. Oh,
Never again.
Been there, done that. Never again.
Frog's legs just taste like chicken.
How you know what the French tastes like? My fault.
I don't know.
More like cookies. Or...
But that was your arm, not your leg.
Yeah, well,
Red.
I don't think the legs taste any different than the arm.
Have you
No
tried?
more meat in the legs.
You chip.
Give me a second. I have some scissors here.
I mean,
Just snip his legs off.
I am terrified at Michael's like focus right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, guys. I had to do it.
Yeah, no, no judgment.
Yeah,
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
We're a
Absolutely.
very inclusive party. We even let paraplegics join us on our journeys.
wow. So this will be Quentin's last session.
That had the same feeling as it's actually fun. Like we even let.
It's
Oh,
the
okay.
probably
Wow,
largest
we're
side
so
bar we've had.
inclusive. Quentin, can I talk to you after the mid-session meeting?
Yeah.
However, everybody, let me go ahead and give you a visual.
That's what I like to see,
I don't.
or not
we
see.
don't.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
doesn't matter to me. I can't see it anyways. So.
So you got your backup character ready? Yeah.
I mean,
Start on it
Kinda?
tonight.
So like, yeah, sorry, Chloe. Everybody died. Somebody touched something shiny.
Oh yes, it's the quest. Okay, so I was not planning. Sorry, this is loading really slowly.
Yeah. We're on the map.
You always must prepare for someone hitting the big red button.
This map was brought to you in a pinch by me.
And also,
so
marketing coach.
everybody, you can go ahead and surmise where your characters would be standing in this sort of situation.
so
as-
which one had the sword?
The one on the left, closest to the bridge.
Okay.
Get again.
And let me go ahead
yeah,
and load
I-
this up for the stream.
I think
Hey, there we
most of us were like standing in a circle discussing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quasar just like inched his way over there.
Yeah.
Like as you guys were just talking to Kaidro, focus on him. I was like,
We needed the little dun 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 dun.
Luigi's Mansion?
Cormac, aren't you only have 35 health right now?
No. No.
He died.
Don't look at the
Oh,
overlay.
there it is.
All right, so I need
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw from you there, Dakota, as you go up and you touch the sword.
Constitution. Is it okay? You know, that was. I don't have to ask that yet. Constitution saving throw. 24.
24. Okay.
Nice.
So as you touch the sword, there's this wave of green energy that shoots out from it, and it like goes up into your arm, but you manage to like tense up your muscles and fight it off. You're gonna take half damage of the 5.
Is this from a spell?
It is.
Okay, so I'm gonna take half of that half because I have resistance to all damage from spells.
Okay. So that is gonna be 10 points of necrotic damage instead of the 42 if you were to fail.
Yeah, cool.
And you guys watch as these 2 skeletal figures from the other side of the path begin to rise up from the ground, large in nature with long claws about their fingers. At this point, I do need everyone to go ahead and roll initiative. I am going to get a token here on the board real fast. And I'm going to get a invite link to Mr. Aaron here.
You know, sometimes you just gotta roll initiative.
Sometimes you just gotta roll initiative.
I rolled a natural 1 on initiative.
Woo, that one!
Does that count?
Woo! It's a net one that we're using.
Yeah.
Well.
Hey, nat 1, first one of the session. At 5, we give away a set of dice.
Yep. I got a nat 20 and a nat 1 so far.
Both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my! It was on. It was hovering over that 20. Oh, I didn't select my token. Whoops.
Real.
I'll just add you
that's
to the
just hard.
board, and then you can just go ahead and edit the number there on the turn order.
I did not ask for spelling error, Harley. I'm glad
And
to see that.
then I need to roll for these 2 guys' initiative. That one's cocked. Ooh, that's a good roll.
Shit, taking the cocked one.
What'd you roll for initiative there, Aaron?
14. Oh, there I am.
Are you dropping Astra down there?
Oh yes, I do require control of that.
You should be good now.
Okay.
Ooh.
Where's your token? I can't place it.
Are you opening the characters menu?
Yeah, I am. There you go.
There it is.
Can you move it? Double check if you can move it real fast.
Yep.
All right. So first on the list is Cormac, as we are now entering initiative. Everybody.
It's me. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna go after the red guy there.
And just for everybody's clarification, since you are in the underworld, everything is dim light.
Cool.
Don't even
Just
matter.
added Astra's initiative there. She got a 5, so she's before Casimir.
Everything's before Casimir. Literally, like, Casimir's gonna be just, like, sitting there
Casimir was so caught off guard.
stunned. He's just doing this.
I can't
like-
believe you've done
What are
this.
you doing, Cormac?
Okay, I'm gonna attack the red guy. I'm gonna expend a grit point using violent shot. Try and shoot this ugly motherfucker. Oh, that's a 13.
That will miss.
Yeah, figured. You know what? I'll save it. Yeah, that'll be my turn. I'll save it for later.
Okay. Seeing how you just shot at him, he's gonna run over to you.
No, I don't like that.
He's gonna make his attacks against you first.
No.
23 to hit.
That'll hit.
I'm sorry, he didn't even have to move that close. He has a reach of 15 feet.
Oh, good.
Oh God.
Okay, so you're gonna take sorry, I'm having trouble finding this much dice.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry.
Nothing.
Fuck. Well,
Well, 2 times, 2 sessions.
time to add another death to the board.
That is gonna be 11 points of piercing damage.
Oh, it's not that bad.
You are now grappled,
Oh, gross.
A little bit worse.
and
Things-
you're now
things-
pulled up close to it, and it's going to attack you with advantage on its next attack.
Oh, sorry.
Gonna bite your head off.
That is going to be a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
That is going to be 17 points of piercing damage.
Man.
I need
I
to
mean,
keep those dice out.
we still take that, but I mean, it's not any better.
Anyway, is now the next one's turn. He is going to go right here. And he is going to use his shadow jump. I need everybody that is within 5 feet, so Kydro, Astra, and Casimir to make a con saving throw, please.
Oh, Dakota, you're so far away. So far away.
Oh
19.
my goodness.
That was really good. It's a 19 or a natural 20.
A 4 from Astra.
Had advantage there.
All right. So anybody who rolled a 13 or lower is going to take 26 points of necrotic damage.
Huh.
If you got above 14 or above, it is going to be 0 points.
Hydro instantly is unconscious.
Did you
No.
not short rest with us?
After the last fight?
Yeah, we did a short rest last session.
It was
Yeah,
not
I couldn't.
declared.
I couldn't heal your character. I thought I told you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so that would put him. Sorry about that.
After dealing this aura of shadow comes out from him, he disappears and appears over here.
Interesting.
And that is going to be his turn.
Quite peculiar.
It is now Dion's turn.
All right. So, really quick, just instinctually analyzing the spread of this fight, and he's going to fly into a rage. And he is going to instantly just pounce over here, and using his instinctive pounce, and he's gonna make some attacks at this this big bony fella.
So as you move into the reach of the creature, he is going to use this reaction to make his attack against you.
Okay.
That is going to be a 23 to hit.
It hits.
15 points of piercing damage, half, so 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then since it hit, it gets to make a second attack against you.
Okay.
That is going to be 27 to hit.
Uh-huh.
12 plus 4, 16 points of piercing damage, so 8.
8. Okay.
Wow. That's an interesting reaction.
Alright, so now he will make some attacks after being slashed so horribly. And these will be reckless. So that's a 21 to hit for the first one.
21 will hit.
All right, cool. So it does a nice 9 points of magical slashing damage, plus an additional 5 radiant. That's all good.
What's the total?
Takes full damage. That's a total what 14.
Okay, it takes the full damage from the magical and the radiant.
Okay, and he will attack once more for a 12.
12 will miss.
Okay, unfortunate. All right. That was my action, bonus action. That will be my turn.
Okay. It is now Harley's turn. Dakota's on deck.
I was hoping more people meant less undead, but I guess not. No. Run over to this. Can I still see? Is there still like a corpse in here? In one of
There
these cages?
are 3 corpses in there. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm still gonna stand like right under the post on this side, and gonna roll on my Tales from Beyond table.
You would say that one more time?
I'm gonna roll on my Tales from Beyond table.
Okay.
So I got my D8 right now. All right, so 5. So, Revenger. For 1 minute, any creature that hits the target with a melee attack takes force damage equal to a roll of your bardic inspiration die.
Okay.
All right. Well, I won't give that to anybody yet. I'll keep that on deck. And I'll use my action to cast Relitham's Psychic Lance on the big blue guy.
Okay.
Oh, that just rolled that. So that's the damage if, depending on what the save is, and they have to make a 15 wisdom or intelligence save.
15 intelligence. All right,
Yeah.
it's gonna be 13.
All right, nice. So that's 30 psychic damage. And any other effects?
Jeez, man.
Cool. Oh, and it's incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
All right.
That's crazy, man.
Just a series of strumming, and suddenly it just reels in pain, holds onto its head, it just falls limp, but still standing.
All right.
Wow.
What does it mean? So you watch as Harley, your new ally, goes behind this pole and launches this bolt of psychic energy, striking this undead straight into the chest, and just goes still for just a moment. It just can't take actions or reactions for its turn. Okay, Dakota, it's now your turn. Kaiju's on deck.
I'm gonna start wailing on this motherfucker. Am I able to use the scimitar? Or-
The scimitar did not pull free.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna use my just normal double-bladed scimitar then. I'm gonna start smacking them up. Alright. So, first attack. That's a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Alright, I'm gonna slap a second level Divine Smite on that. I'm assuming these are undead.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I would be scared if you said no. Alright, so first off, that is 9 non-magical slashing.
Which will be halved.
And then 16 points of radiant.
Okay.
For my next trick, I'm gonna attack it again. That is a 16 to hit.
Oop, sorry. That will just hit.
Cool. I'm gonna, do the same thing. So again, 9 non-magical slashing. And 18 points of radiant. And then, for my next trick, bonus action attack with the scimitar. Because I can do that. It just does less damage. Alright. So... that misses. That's all.
So Quasar, sensing this creature coming into his range, starts to slash twice at this creature, making these golden burning wounds right across its chest and appendages. It shrieks in pain, unable to react, as Quasar, just the last slash that you throw down just goes a little bit shy of its leathery skeletal hide. Now prompting Kydra to take his action with Astra on deck.
Hydro. So Kydra's within 5 feet of big monster. You already know what's about to happen. So let's go ahead and deduct a singular key point and start wailing on this man with flurry of blows.
Oh.
Okay. We got a 26, 11, 19, 22.
It's a good Kydra
All
spread.
but the 11 hit.
Excellent. So we're gonna smack this man with fire, followed by lightning, followed by acid.
All hit.
Drop some acid, man.
Hey, acid.
He's gonna have a real trip.
For a grand total of 26 damage.
All right, 26 points of damage on the one that hasn't been injured yet on the farm. Kydro,
Oh, my bad.
dodge.
27.
Noted. Kydro dodging this shadow attack from. Oh no, you didn't dodge it. Taking this shadow is invigorated as he is just starting to attack this creature that has appeared from the ground. Anything else for your turn?
He takes a bonus 3 damage from favorite foe.
Okay.
And then that will be all.
All right. It is now Astra's turn. Casimir is on deck. Cormac is in the hole.
All right, so Astra is going to use her bonus action to activate Starry Form of the Chalice, and she will use her action to expend 3 charges from the Staff of Healing to cast Cure Wounds at the 3rd level on Revelor.
Preach.
So, that's a 14 healing back to you.
Hell yeah.
And you, because of Chalice, that's 8 points of healing to Kydro.
Good job, Astra. Joe got our backs.
Okay.
So yeah, that'll be that. Yep.
All right. It is now Casimir's turn.
All right. Casimir's gonna open up, going to Cormac, saying, "Hey, about to do something weird. Don't resist, please." And starts going into a new spell incantation you've never seen, and the air warps around Cormac, and if he doesn't resist,
I do not.
he is
I
going to
consent.
be vortex warped into another space on the other side of the bridge, away from the bad guys.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
So you move your token to get to him, or no?
I am physically, he is being literally teleported.
Okay, but do you have to? Is it a touch spell? Is what I'm asking. Do you have to touch him to move?
That's a good question. Nope. I have to see him.
Okay. What spell's
Yeah.
that?
Vortex warp, 2nd level.
I don't think I've ever had somebody use that. So nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So go ahead and Cormac, move wherever Guy pings, please.
I'll ping you in the middle of the path over here.
Got it. And I'm assuming I'm no longer incapacitated? Or
Well,
grappled,
you're
I mean?
grappled. No.
Bet.
Okay, and he's like, cool trick. And he pulls out the obsidian sword, rings it against the stone floor, kind of letting a little hum as the blade song begins to reverberate around him in the twisted infernal runes. And that's bonus action.
Okay. It is now Cormac's turn.
Cool. All right, let's see. And also, I realized in my glorious hiatus brain, I completely forgot I have 2 attacks. So, yeah. You know what? We'll go ahead and expend another grit point, and I'll take a shot at the red guy again. Do 29.
That will hit.
Wow,
You rolled a
that's-
natural 19 and natural 20.
Yeah, I know,
Wow.
right? Crazy.
If only you used steady
game. I forgot to say it. It's fine. Okay, so that's going to be 11 plus 7, that's 18, plus 6, that's 24 points of piercing damage.
Non-magical, correct?
Non-magical, yes. So
On
12.
which one?
On the red guy.
All right. So that will be halved.
And then also Whales from the Grave on the blue guy. That's going to be 1 point of necrotic damage.
Which it is immune to.
God, of course it is. I love that. Anyway, okay.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, he's already dead, so.
I
Okay,
cannot
and
fear
then
death.
and then extra attack. I'll take a shot at the blue guy. Why not? 28.
28 will hit.
Nice. Oh, good.
So that's 14 have, which is 7 piercing.
7 points of piercing damage on the farm. So,
Yeah.
okay.
And then I'm gonna bonus action second wind for a little bit of extra HP.
Okay.
Cool.
So, I got the max for that, 15 extra HP.
What didn't it? Oh, no.
Yeah.
It
It's a
says
1d10.
10. Yeah, you rolled a 5 plus 5.
Oh, it already
Yeah.
did the math. Never mind. I didn't realize it was already included.
It would have been
Sounds a
great.
lot too much work for you.
Well, it says 1d10 and then it has the little logo and then plus 5, so I didn't think it included it. Anyway,
That has not changed for the past 3 years we've been doing this, Quentin.
listen. Move on. That's my turn.
All right. So Quentin,
Move on.
being teleported across the creek, is able to launch out 3 shots into these
Actually, 2.
creatures. What?
It's only 2 shots.
2 shots into these creatures. Each. The bullets seem to be resisted, but they still are leaving marks as the damage is done. So this one is going to move here.
Got 2-shot Dwyer.
He's going to pass through Kydro and end up there. He is then going to use his shadow jump.
Ain't no way to use the shadow sneak.
I need a con save from Kydro, Astra, and Casimir.
Again. Okay. 25. Astra's a natural 1.
Yeah, natural 1.
Oof.
That will be 21 points of necrotic damage to just Astra.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, she's fine.
She's declared.
She's not a cleric. She's a druid.
know.
And with that, he will appear over here.
I'm just
Of course.
Harry.
I bought you a little bit of time.
He definitely would have gone down if he stayed. So,
Oh, what the fuck?
and that will be his turn.
Like, I heard it, but my brain didn't process
Sorry,
it until
that's
it saw
actually
it.
23 points of necrotic damage. So Astra needs to lose 2 more points of HP. All right. And the next one's turn is going to go. He's going to do the same thing. And
Cool.
he's going to use his shadow jump.
All right.
Is that a
So
bonus action?
I need a con. It is not. It isn't an action.
Yeah.
It's an action.
See, Quasar can't see the shadows, so they don't hurt him.
The shadow jump
Uh,
ability
He's
is so.
incapacitated.
Oh well, yeah, that's right. It is incapacitated. That's right.
Aha!
He imagines doing that.
He's going to He's going to try to do that, but he's going to fail.
Real.
Fall into the
Just
river.
Hear a
Um,
rattle of bones.
So he's not going to be able to do that, right? Correct. Thank you for the reminder.
the
It is now
Minecraft skeleton
Dion's turn.
Woo! Dayon is going to keep attacking
Kick
this
his
guy.
ass. You don't want the smoke?
All right, let me roll these. Oops. Okay. So Dayon's gonna make a attack with the Cloud Cleaver.
Recklessly.
Yeah, of course. Oh shit! Oh shit! Nat 20.
Stay on
Oh.
crit.
A natural 20.
Yeah, guys, you know what I unlocked this last level? Brutal critical. Okay, hold on. Let me. Sorry, y'all. I gotta do some research. All right. So I add an additional die. Okay, so how do we do crits again? I always forget.
You roll the die,
Yeah.
you double the damage that the die roll, and then you add your modifier,
Okay.
which I think Roll20 already does for you. Not sure.
Yeah, it does say the crit.
Yeah, it did. It did add another die. So. Okay. So that's a nice chunky 18, and then I double that, right?
Yeah.
And then okay,
Well,
so
the
that's
crit is already the double amount. So just add, if it says crit, it would be 12.
what?
So it'd be 7 plus. Okay, so it'd be 18.
7 plus 11 because it rolled an additional die.
18
That's what
for
it
the
did.
slashing, and then the everything else. Everything else that you
18 plus slashing, or 18 slashing plus an additional 3 slashing. So a nice 21 slashing and what? Yeah, my sorry, this UI is screwing me up.
I have no idea what this thing is.
I will actually. What? I
You
will
would
not
add
do that.
all those numbers together except for the thunder damage because you did not use the charge.
Yeah, I can choose to,
Go for it.
but I'm not going to because I'm being considerate. Anyway, so Divine Fury added onto that, so that's a D6, an additional D6 of radiant damage comes out to 5. I do double that as well, right? Because it's part of my
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so what? I think it just makes it 6.
Just give me a total.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So that comes out to 29
29.
Feels like a shell game.
points of damage.
Where's
Like
the
I did
slash?
this UI.
Dion with one strong strike, taking advantage of the incapacitation that Harley put on the creature. He slices clean through the waist of this creature, and as it does so, it turns to shadow and disperses throughout the area.
All right, cool. That was my first attack, guys.
Oh. You.
All right, so Dayon is going to immediately in his fit of rage bolt over here
Wow.
to the next one.
All right, as you come into range of the creature, he is going to use his attack against you.
Mhm.
That is going to be an 18 to hit.
That just hits.
All right. That's gonna be 21 points of slashing damage, half, so 10, and you are now grappled.
Okay.
It's gonna make its second attack against you. That is a natural 20.
No, it's
All
not.
right.
Not silver barbs.
What's the range on silvery barbs?
That's a question. What is my
Is it
roll?
60 feet?
Yeah, it's 60. I'm in 60.
All right. So
Yeah,
it's going to be a 25 instead.
That's
Yeah.
not a natural 20.
Better than
Hey, it's on that 20.
It's just a spell slot. They're not important.
15 halves, so 7 points of piercing damage. Sorry, as you are now pulled in and grappled.
All right.
Dead.
Let me update my thingy majiggy.
Dayon gets advantage.
Thank you.
Wait, do you even need it? Are you reckless?
I am reckless at the moment, but I could use it in
I
the
didn't make
future,
those
right?
attacks with
Or
advantage.
no, I'm talking about. Oh, okay. I mean,
So I would have rolled a second natural 20, but
we already did the damage. You declared it, Michael.
it's just going to
That's
be another
real.
7 points of damage. You can take it.
You declared it. Come on.
Yeah, if he's reckless, then no, I'll give it to Quasar.
Cool.
So which one is it?
Just do 14 total damage to add another 7.
Okay.
Thank you so much for the raid there, AJK Streams. Appreciate you. Welcome in, everybody. We're in the middle of combat because somebody decided to touch the shiny they weren't supposed to.
Welcome to Den.
Okay, hold on. Define not supposed to.
The
Because
shiny
if I get
that
a
was
cool
Is it, we all
obviously a
decided
trap.
no, we're just gonna keep going, and you
Okay.
said
He's
yeah.
like,
I
"Yeah."
wasn't listening to that.
All right, finish out your turn there, Dan.
Yeah. Let me finish out my turn here. So I'm gonna make another attack recklessly, of course. Another nat 20.
Let's go.
Holy crap!
Double
Okay,
kill.
I would have pointed out. You hit one monster with nat 20. The next monster hit you with nat 20. Now you're hitting him with a nat 20. That's
Yeah.
like 20-20-20.
All right, yeah, guys.
20-20-20.
This one doesn't have the radiant damage, so it's not as confusing.
We should have a nat 20 dice giveaway. We would have hit it by now.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, what? It's a 15 plus an additional 3, so a nice meaty 18 points of damage to the red one.
What was the total?
18.
18. Is that's slashing? That's magical, right?
Yes, magical slashing.
For every natural 20 that we roll today, we'll be saving an orphan. For every silvery barbs, we'll be killing one.
So it balances out. So I mean, we've got like how many? Like 5 natural 20s. So I can do silver barbs one more
Keep
time.
the silvery barbs going.
Yeah, you know, we'll be net to 0 on orphans by the end of the night.
Awful.
Anything else for your turn?
I think the damage should be higher, actually. I'm sorry to go back on that, but I didn't double the damage.
You haven't ended your turn. It's okay.
Yeah, so I said 18. That's an additional, I think it's just an additional 2. Yeah,
Cool.
so 20 total. Cool. Every hit point counts.
Yeah.
And,
Everybody gets one.
yeah, everybody gets 1.
Tell him, Peter.
Apparently, everybody gets one.
So, just for clarification, we haven't had a long rest since the dragon fight, right?
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, that'll be his turn. Be right there.
Harley, it's now your turn.
All right. He's gonna just move over here, and he's gonna do a good old dissonant whispers at the creature. So it has to make a wisdom save. Beat 15.
Whisper.
12.
Yeah. All right. So just did it.
What does this enable
And-
just do?
It takes 15 damage and then has to run as far away as it can with its reaction, unless
Okay.
it's used it.
Psychic damage.
It has used its reaction.
Damn. Okay. So just 15 damage.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt,
Sorry,
but shouldn't
I'll
it
give you
have
guys a-
taking damage on hits against me? Force damage?
He didn't use that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Do I have
I
to
have it-
actively use that, or?
Wait,
On a bonus action, I can store it, and it takes an action to actually give it to somebody.
Oh, okay.
And then I will give you a bardic inspiration, though, with my bonus action.
Cool, appreciate it.
How do you inspire him?
At the end of the Dissonant Whispers tune that I did, I do another dun, and I just point the edge at the end of the pitchfork at him.
All right. It is now Quasar's turn.
Okay, so I have a question about this corpse in the cage.
Oh God.
So is the arm that's holding the scimitar, is that like out of the cage?
Its arms are in the cage. The only appendage that is out of the cage is the emerald, as it's like
Okay.
kind of like this, like through the bars, like, you know. So but
when I tried to pull the
you got hit
when I
with the
tried-
energy
okay.
and kind of like knocked back a little bit. You can try to grab it again.
when I tried to pull the scimitar, so it was just before I even got to pull it at all.
Yeah,
It knocked
as
me back.
soon as the
Okay.
tips of your fingers touch the blade.
Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna put my hand, like wrap my cloak around it a little bit, and then try to grab it.
Okay. The sword pulls free. Its blade is red, like a crimson red.
Cool. I wish I could see that. Cool. Do I get the feeling that I'm able to use this right away, or I'm gonna have to wait?
You can use the blade as if it were a normal sword right now.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I don't really need to use it for anything at the moment. Yeah, I'm just gonna. So what was that like action economy wise?
Interacting with an object is a free action. For
Okay,
the first
so
time
object
you do it.
interaction.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so I'm gonna just.
You have advantage on your first thing that you roll.
Yeah, I know. That's not what I meant to do. It's okay. Ah, there. Not moving there. Actually, no, I could have gone diagonal, move there. Yeah. So I'm gonna move there. So you can see my aura, right, Michael?
Mm-hmm. Well, everybody can.
Oh, everybody. You said it to everyone. Cool.
Mhm.
All right. So would you say that is just within my sight?
Yep.
Cool. I might do something a little silly, guys.
A wee bit silly.
I'm. Let me see real quick. Yeah. I'm gonna need it to make a wisdom save.
It is very wise. 17.
Okay, succeeds.
I'm sorry,
wish
technically
that's
21.
Okay. Oh, so it was nat 17. All right. All right.
No, it wasn't.
No. Oh.
I was looking at the check instead of
I'm
the
not-
saving throw because I keep forgetting like on monster stat blocks,
okay,
saving throws
I got
can
you.
be different.
Yeah. So that was my bonus action. That was compelled duel.
Hydra's on deck.
For my action, I'm gonna cast dancing lights and send the lights to surround the creature.
Okay. There's some sort of shadowy aura about this creature, and upon dancing lights coming into its vicinity, the aura disappears.
Cool. The four little dancing lights just they look like just flashing stars.
They're
That's my
little
turn.
supernovas.
Little supernovas.
Hydro, it is your turn.
Like Hydro.
In 10 years,
So-
Dion will have cancer.
So after this claw-boned individual teleports away, Kydro is gonna hit him with the I will chase you until the ends of the earth. Just 45 feet of movement, just directly
Oh.
straight up on him. And he's just gonna throw out another flurry of blows.
Okay. Not off to a great start there, Kydro. Not a good start at all.
Ooh.
2 crit fails.
I would like to bring back up a nice little saying. We had the dice giveth, the dice taketh away, as all 4 of your flurry of blows miss. And just because you rolled 3 natural ones, I feel like I have to put salt in the wound here.
That's fair.
And do a crit fail table roll.
I also think we've exceeded 5 natural ones.
We are currently at 4.
Are we?
Yeah.
Because only the ones that are
Only 2 of them count.
used.
Yeah.
Okay. Darn. Astra hasn't.
We're on the precipice.
Fails.
So
Rotten
can you roll a
luck.
d12 for me, please, there, Hydro?
We're so close.
All right.
Jaden, you should be used to this.
Yep.
If it's the same table.
10.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
Should be decent at those, right?
You are within my aura. You have a +3.
Okay. I'll take it. 17.
You feel for a moment a little bit of fear enter your heart, but you are brave. You are Kydro. You are strong. You are not frightened by this creature. You succeed.
Michael, we use the same crit fail table.
Because I sent you mine.
Strong.
I got it from Jeremiah.
Because I sent him your.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Cool. That's cool to see it being used in this.
Anyway, anything else for your turn there, Kydro?
That was my action, all my movement, my bonus action. I don't see any missiles to deflect, so I think we're good.
All right, it's now Astra's turn. Casimir on deck.
Cool. All right, let's look at this, y'all. So our pals are still pretty hurt here. Kydro, even though Kydro looks pretty hurt, and Revelor looks really hurt.
It's not that bad.
So I would say out of everyone, Astra and Revelor look the most hurt.
She herself is hurt.
Yeah, that's true. So she will use a second level spell slot to cast Healing Word on Revelor.
Yay.
For a nice 11 points of healing.
Ooh.
And she herself will receive back 12 hit points. Yippee!
All right. Thank you, Father,
And,
for the raid, by the way.
that'll be her turn.
All right. Seeing that her allies are injured and she herself is injured, I should say. Astra channels her ancient druidic magic and heals some of Revelor, aka Cormac, and Astra's own wounds. All right. Anything else for your turn?
That'll be it.
All right, Casimir, you are next. Cormac at the top of the round, you are on deck.
So Casimir is going to kind of, move past Astra, and then without really going off the ground at all, he's just going to fly over the water. Hopefully that's not a mistake. We'll find out.
Should it be? Do you want me to make something up for it to be?
Is that no? It's okay.
Okay.
We're gonna go back to the old-fashioned witch bolt, because why not?
Okay.
Let's do witch bolt. was gonna
Casimir
do
is flying over the water, expecting me to be like, here comes the giant fist!
yeah, that's a natural one.
Natural one, we're giving away a set of die during our mid-session break! US and Canada only, excluding Quebec. Stick around, everybody, for a mid-session break. If you want your chance to win a free set of dice, click, clack, rocks, woo!
Yeah, click like math rocks. Woof.
That's 5 natural ones so far in the session, everybody, by the way. That's how unlucky we are.
Yeah, so he's like doing this crazy incantation. You see like this unearthly lightning start to form, and he goes to try to finish it, and he misses the final part of the incantation, and there's just a little.
If only they made Viagra for wizards. Anyway.
Yeah.
Viagra already sounds like a wizard name.
Yeah. And,
I shouldn't even.
Ron's looking a little limp.
That's a little embarrassing. So
He swears this never happens.
He's gonna take a Viagra for fighters and action surge.
Woo! I should have named Elvira and Viagra instead.
Yeah.
My name is Viagra Creek. Perhaps you've heard of me.
Yeah. And instead he's gonna grab the Wander Fireball and Fireball.
You're fireballing my creature?
Yeah. We're only gonna use.
I didn't expect to get this far. Is Witch Bolt action surge? I guess does let you cast 2 spells.
Well, he's casting it from an item. He's using an item.
I action surge so I can cast
That's
another
so
spell because
rude,
it's still an action.
and my whole good mood is gone.
Yeah. So
How dare you succeed in my game?
12, by the way.
I'm gonna use 2 charges, so I'll cast it at 4th level.
4th
I'm
level.
very DM versus player.
Yeah.
That's like my
Does it
mug.
touch? Does the fireball touch me because I'm grappled by it, or
No,
how does
I'm
that
gonna.
work?
I don't know. I mean, you'll be fine.
Yeah, you're
gonna hit
day
this
on.
fireball.
It's honestly the only thing that's gonna happen is it's gonna hit like the back of the creature, and you're just gonna look super cool.
So let's
Don't look at it.
Walking away from the explosion.
I just need to know if I take fire damage or not.
And maybe a little sunburned.
I'll say, I mean, it sounds like he's centering it somewhere where you won't get hit, so no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you're just gonna look super cool, man. It does need to do a DC 15 Dex save.
And he already failed that. 12.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, so he's gonna take. Oh, that's a little disappointing for a level 4. 25 fire damage.
25 points of fire damage.
And Daon does look super cool. Like he's just like
So yeah,
like highlighted.
Daon becomes as this eruption of fire shoots out from behind this bone claw, completely scorching its back. It lets out a roar of pain as Daon becomes a silhouette. Very who directed the Transformer movies? Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay. Very like explosion. Daon fighting this creature as like this fire goes off, illuminating his face and his silhouette as well.
I would like to add a detail because this is important for its turn, right? Because I crit and because of my slasher feat, it is grievously wounded right now, and its attacks are at disadvantage.
Cool.
So
Okay,
normal rolls against you if it lives.
Okay.
Cormac,
lives.
it is your turn.
It is my turn. Cool. Okay. Well,
You gotta go
Let's see here.
execution style, man.
While Quentin's deciding what he's going to do is for his turn, like he didn't have the last 10 minutes to figure that out. Don't forget, everybody, during our mid-session break, we're going to be giving out a set of dice to somebody in the US or Canada only, excluding Quebec. Stick around. You will have to enter in a keyword to win.
okay, cool.
The French don't get dice.
It's
Yeah.
honestly, it's just the French use a different system of law, but that's okay.
I'm
French.
actually
Get on the
gonna-
dice.
Actually, gonna switch to my musket here.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And- Yeah.
That's what I like to
gonna-
see.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Dirty 20.
You sensually hit the creature.
Cool. That's gonna
I
be
saw it. Okay.
Good.
15 points plus 22 lightning damage.
Plus 22 or just 22?
Just 22 lightning damage.
So that will be 11, but yes.
Damn it.
damage.
You should get sneak
Well-
attack off of that, right?
That was with sneak attack.
Oh, that was with sneak attack. Okay.
Damn, it's
Yeah.
resistant to lightning. That's
yeah, I
damn.
know. Well,
Yeah,
I already got this
honestly.
thing out. So extra attack, I clicked the wrong thing.
Wait, didn't Kydro do lightning and you said it did full damage? I'm confused.
Natural one.
Guys, there's not 6 natural
Oh my God.
ones. I only have like
world's
30
unluckiest
sets of
combo.
dice left.
God damn it!
I run out of dice.
Oh no.
From this point on, we're just giving away 1 set of dice. Collect them all.
At this rate,
Just
they
get
will.
default mail to you.
one die per giveaway.
Okay.
Every 5 natural ones, an orphan loses its wings.
All right, let's see what I got to roll here. So, see if I mess this thing up.
It was made by that.
Oh, never mind. So, I've already misfired. It's fine. Okay, that's my turn.
That cool dwarven smith fixed it. It doesn't misfire anymore.
Oh no, it certainly does. All right. So it is now the creature's turn. Seeing that he is grievously wounded, he is going to use I mean, he only can do one thing because Dakota ruined that other thing. So he cannot use his shadow jump. He is going
the
to
Lightbringer.
attack Dayon 2 more times. Straight rolls. That is going to be a 26 to hit.
Yep.
All right. 11 points of piercing damage after being halved.
Okay.
It's then going to do it again. That is a 28.
I don't got enough barbs for this man.
I can only do something about it if it's a crit. So
10 more points of slashing damage after being halved.
Wow.
All right.
And that will be its turn, as it is hurt. It is now Dayon's turn.
All right. Hold on. Let me just update my health really quick.
return the favor.
Okay. So very recklessly, Dayon is going to attack this thing. Well, let's see, y'all. That is a 26 to hit.
26 will hit.
Yeah, for a nice chunky. What is that? 15 points of damage. That's including radiant.
Okay.
And he will slash once more for a 25 to hit.
Dayon, how do you want to do this?
All right. So basically, this thing's grappling Dayon, slashing him up real good, and I assume Dayon, after that crit, his axe would have been stuck in its shoulder, grievously wounding it, and he would lift the axe back out and in one swoop chop its arms off to get himself free, and then just completely bring his axe from the ground and split this thing vertically in half.
Oh,
Cool.
And with that, the creature falls.
and now we get the treasure.
So, upon this creature dissipating into shadow, much like the last one, what would you like to do?
So we can totally just steal the rest of the stuff, right? Because we already triggered the thing.
I already got the sword out. I have the
There
sword
you
in my hand.
I'm gonna immediately take whatever.
Listen. We just fought 2 giant shadow monsters. Do we want to fight 2 more? Because they almost killed us.
I don't think they almost killed us. I think that's a bit of an overstatement. Also,
They almost killed Revelor, not me.
I
they
think
almost
it
killed
was-
Revelor.
I'll be
I
fine.
think it was worth it to take more of these, to fight more of those, to pay off my debts that I will have when I get back.
We don't know if more of them will come if we steal them, though.
Casimir starts walking ahead.
Unless we try, Casimir. Please.
Above me, in the cage that I'm standing like right under, what treasure does it have? I'm on like the second one.
Yeah,
like
so
the
after this conversation, turning your focus back to the 3 posts with the variety of corpses in them, there is a cloud of shadow taking up no more than 5 feet of space, as it is more wide, and it's almost as if it is a window of some sort
where is it exactly?
in front of the posts, so you can look at it if you so choose.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll walk over and give it a look, but I'll make sure to stay like 20 feet away, 10 feet away.
Okay. From this window, we'll say, there is a voice. So it is you who killed the creatures that was guarding my stolen treasures.
I guess so.
From this window, you see that there are two very bright green glowing eyes, and that is all you see within the darkness.
You're not gonna come out and try to finish the job, are you?
No, in fact, you've done me a service. As a reward to your members, I will let you all keep one.
Each?
Group or...
Wait, oh yeah, each. Wait.
Your group may pick one.
Ah!
I won't tell you what they do. Use your eyes and your knowledge.
Hey, that's not fair.
I can just not offer you anything at all if that's
No,
what
but
you
I'm
desire.
saying you said use your eyes. That's a bit troubling for me.
Casimir's kind of walking back because no one took the hint.
You're right, it is unfair to you to not be able to see while the rest of your party can. Is it?
Well, I mean, I can see through my bird, but I have to like actually concentrate to do that.
Would you like me to take their eyesight as well?
Oh, I mean, that's not what I meant.
Why
I
are
was
we
just
not?
trying to even the odds.
I mean, I was just making a joke. I'm gonna stop now.
Can
Is
we
that
please
what the
stop
spirit
talking?
does? Is that what the spirits do? Because
Make
sounds
your
pretty good to me.
choice.
What's happening? So I assumed by passive aggressively walking away you would follow, but I guess, you know. What are we talking? This is ominous.
The shadow demon's giving us a reward.
Can I use my divine sense real quick?
Yeah.
All right. Any celestial fiend or undead vibes?
Undead.
Undead. Okay.
Does he sense evil on it?
Well, it don't tell me that.
Listen. Okay, so what's
actually-
happening here? Is there some kind of Faustian bargain we're making right now?
No, he's
bargain.
rewarding us for killing those things, whatever the hell they were.
My question, and this is a very important question, is does that one item also include the thing Quasar already took?
It does.
Darn.
So, okay.
Question. Entity in the shadow. Those were they protecting these items, or were they your guards, your wardens, keeping you in here?
The three in the cages were a group of adventurers who broke into my home and stole the treasures I've collected over the many years of my existence. And they found their death. Yet, the goddesses of this realm saw fit to transport them here and put them in these cages to rot as punishment without returning my items, leaving those sentinels to guard anyone who may try to end their punishment.
So we just killed sentinels placed by goddesses. Just to be clear.
Well, like I
Damn.
said, you may keep one item.
Okay, hear me out, guys. My sword is not magical. Like my normal sword is not magical. This feels magical.
You get to keep the sword, he said.
No, he said
would
that
count.
if the sword is to be kept, that is the only thing.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
I believe that we should let Quasar keep the sword, as we are not even what I assume to be halfway to the lake that we're supposed to be at, which I assume also has more enemies for us to fight, and I am hurting quite bad at the moment.
It would save us time to just take the sword.
Yeah, I mean, I've already got it out. If it's cursed, whatever, I'll deal with it. That's my problem.
Yeah.
I mean, sounds good to me.
I
That's
am
fine.
just honestly, we just keep doing horrible things because they're easy. Okay. I mean, no idea what any of these other things are. I mean, you're clearly set on it because you went ahead. So let's keep our ill-gotten goods and leave another horrid entity to regain the stolen items that this adventuring party removed from him. So he can
That's
do
the spirit. I'm glad that you agree with me.
Yeah, so you can do whatever harm in the real world that he was going to do with them in the first place.
I have not shown myself in your world for quite some time. You have nothing to fear from me.
What
Unless I
about
be
Agora?
disturbed further.
And how would you survive an encounter with that Agora?
Is the sword your choice?
Casimir, you can identify magical items, can't you?
It takes 10 minutes.
I
Well,
believe we should be
I
done
can do.
here.
Yeah, I mean, if everyone's
But
fine with
yeah.
it, I've already got the sword.
Yeah, we'll take the sword.
Thank you,
Very
Frogman.
well. The scimitar enchanted with the power of Flame Tongue is yours.
Interesting.
One by
Nice.
one, the items begin to disappear off the corpses as he lists them. The
No!
robes of the Archmagi, the rod of lordly might, the elixir of immortality,
Mother. Fuck.
Well, I don't need that one.
I need that one.
the crown of the Emperor of Amon Duresk,
Oh,
Oh,
God.
sounds fancy.
and the Afridi chain are once again mine.
Well, we'll see you again.
I mean, I hope not.
Indeed.
I hope so.
I hope you do not.
That's just scary.
I prefer to be left alone. Until next time, Seekers.
Yes, left alone you shall be. Let's get a move on, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you for knowing our name that we never told you. Elmanus Entity.
The form dissipates.
that went better than I thought it would.
That went horribly.
Still
I mean,
better
I
than
thought
you
we'd all
thought.
be dead, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
could have
God.
died. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
we didn't. We're good.
No, we just gave some extraordinarily powerful items back to an ominous entity that talked to us through a shadow portal that, keep in mind, was being guarded by entities placed by the goddesses we're about to visit. Right.
If he's gonna
But we
do
didn't know
anything,
that.
as long as it stays down here, I do not mind.
Mhm.
I hope to get out of here as soon as possible.
Yeah, okay. So you said you can cast Identify. I mean, if you want to ride on Quasar's shoulder, because you're not very big, you might be able to do that
Yeah,
as we walk.
Yeah, sure thing. Just take out my my book of my loot.
Yeah, the
Or-
staff of Flame Tongue, sort of Flame Tongue sounds vicious.
yeah. That sounds like it's gonna lick someone with flames.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully.
Well, I
it
guess
does
that is
well.
a saying that exists, like the flames licking. You know, it makes sense, I guess.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'll ritual cast identify as we walk.
Yeah, I'll just have this little frog on my shoulders.
Yeah. So as you guys continue on your path, so this scimitar it is revealed that this scimitar is enchanted. It is a flame tongue enchantment. So it does require attunement. You can use your bonus action to speak this magic sword's command word, causing flames to erupt from the blade. These flames shed bright light in a 40-foot radius and dim light for an additional 40 feet. While the sword is ablaze, it deals an extra 2d6 fire damage to any target it hits. The flames last until you use a bonus action to speak the command word again, or you drop or sheath the sword.
Okay.
You may want to not light this thing on fire while we're in all this dead brush.
Oh, well, I don't think I can light it on fire yet. So,
Oh, well, I guess that's good for now.
Okay. Do we want to maybe get a little healing for those who are looking quite injured?
oh yeah.
Perhaps we should do that. So let me look through her spells really quick. Woo!
Dan, why are you looking into Astra's brain?
I can help with the healing a bit.
Yeah. Who's hurt?
I'll say Daon looks pretty banged up, and
Yeah.
Just gonna put one of my hands on Dayon. 20 points of healing from lay on hands.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
I say, how did that feel, Revelor, when I moved you like that? I hear it can be a little disorienting.
Yeah, it was not a natural feeling, I can tell you that.
Okay.
But it was still appreciated nonetheless.
He gets
Well,
much more natural feelings when he's with Kydro.
Yeah, I say you tend to do much better when you're not, face to face with the monster with that big gun of yours. So
It's true.
thought-
It's true.
Also he
And
was trying to eat your head. I think. I don't know.
I'll give a level 2 healing word to Kydro, since probably won't heal much, and he's he's only looking a little banged up.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm gonna place my hand on myself and cast Cure Wounds.
It's just touching yourself, man.
All right, you get 8 health. Oh, 9. My spiritual focus adds on to that, and decided to only do 1.
I heal for the same amount of damage I took from the necrotic.
Perfect.
Cool.
And then hopefully Astra can take care of Cormac.
Yeah. Cormac. How's Cormac looking? Pretty banged up, I assume.
About half.
About half. Astra herself is looking pretty bad as well. So let's just do a nice what? Damn, she doesn't have a healing spirit prepared anymore. What? Use a 4th level healing words on herself. Get some 11 points of healing back.
That's so little for.
Yeah, it really is.
2 1s, a 2 and a 3.
Oof.
That was that's kind of sad.
The dice give it. The dice take it.
I'll add on an extra 1st level healing word,
Nice.
and I also rolled a 1, so that's but maybe my spiritual focus. Oh, nice, a 5. All right, so that's 9.
9. Appreciate it. Brings her up quite a bit, and then our good pal Cormac sitting pretty at 42 HP. And I guess she'll use a nice, just to add a little bit onto that. What, 2nd level cure wounds?
Now you guys can still try to take a short rest.
I mean, we could, yeah.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Well, yeah, let's
Yeah.
try that so we don't have to
Let
use
her-
everything.
Yeah.
What time of day is it?
It's,
It's
Twilight.
Underworld.
Okay. So, oh, well. Get a
Dead
fire
world
going.
o'clock.
It's
Do,
Twilight.
Yeah, it's
Do bards get any-
go fuck yourself.
I mean, it's the underworld. It's always dark.
do bards get any spell slots back on a short rest?
So is that warlock?
Only
sorry.
warlocks get
Only
response
warlock.
slots back from short rests, to my knowledge.
Wizards can with like
Arcane
one of their
recovery.
features. Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't
I'm
remember the
very
name of it.
familiar with features of a wizard now.
I mean, yeah.
And
we can take a quick rest here.
and then everyone gets an extra D8 on their to roll because of a Song of Rest.
Love it.
Appreciate
So
it.
while the party settles down to take their short rests, that is where we're gonna take our mid-session break for the day. And don't forget, we're giving away a set of dice.
Yeah.
Ah! Okay, so everybody, to win the set of dice, you're gonna have to enter in the keyword. That keyword is a very special word that you will have to enter to win the set of dice. All right, so listen closely. That word is undead. UNDEAD. Everybody say undead like an echo. Undead.
Undead.
So everybody gonna go ahead and enter that word into our chat. That will go ahead and enter you into our giveaway, which we will be drawing after we come back from our mid-session break. Remember, it's for USA and Canada only, excluding Quebec, because they have laws that we also follow. I don't know. Anyway, Quebec is basically its own country. So we will see you very soon. And also a very congratulations to our guest for the day, going through his first encounter quite well. So applause. Good job. So everybody, we will be back here momentarily. See you in about 15-20 minutes. If you're just now joining us, check us out on YouTube or the podcast network the following Tuesday from today's session. If you are listening to us on that Tuesday or Wednesday, we are live Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here at twitch.tv/prestigeC, and we have a special one shot tomorrow as well that will be live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Thursday. So if you are listening to us, you're already too late. Should have been here when we're live, but we love you nonetheless. Okay.
It's always next time.
BRB. And welcome back, everyone. So we are back from our mid-session break, and I'd like to give a huge congratulations to our very own Angie Awu for winning the set of dice. Angie, congratulations. I will give you the dice in person when you are visiting us in September. So congratulations. Congrats.
Congratulations.
Wow, you're so amazing. Anyway,
Congratulations, Shinji.
Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and continue on with our story. So you guys may wrap up your short rests. Make sure you apply those hit points, which it appears that everybody has, as your health is rather full at the moment.
Yeah, Casimir just spent the entire time meditating, recovering a spell.
Quasar was attuning.
Does
Fantastic.
anyone have cooking utensils?
I'm assuming Astra does. I think we all do. We have a mess kit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mess kit
so
is to
I'll-
eat.
Ah,
This tastes terrible.
Yeah, the metal gets stuck in my teeth.
no. I'll have to get cooking supplies so I can make actual treats for people so that they can heal extra.
Yeah. I will recover 2 first level spells. Bwomp, bwomp.
We lost that cauldron, didn't we?
Nathmir has it.
Ah, that's right. Okay, that's right. So yes, we lost it anyway.
And he has
Infinite soup.
he has the genie bottle and the pervy sword.
Whoa. Who said it was a genie bottle?
I
It's a fucking genie bottle.
We never established that.
I think we kind of like assumed that's what it was.
Yeah. Assuming makes an ass out of you and me. Mostly
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
so stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
And
It's
we
not.
also
Put
lost
that.
the rocking horse broom. So,
Oh yeah.
but we also lost Nazmir. Penny, for your thoughts there, Jeremiah.
No idea what you're talking about.
A quarter of his
it's a
brain cells.
He shows no quarter.
Anyway,
Honorable
so
Yep.
yes, our new guest friend, what are you making for everybody?
Oh, I can't unless we have cooking utensils.
Oh, so we don't have cooking utensils. Never mind. Moving on.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
So during that short rest, did I find out what the command word for the sword is?
That's a good question.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming I did. So like, I'm just asking you, what's the command word?
Flameo.
Flame. Excellent.
Just kidding. It's the word, just like matching the blade, is crimson.
Okay.
Because I will describe the blade because I didn't get to earlier. So it is a scimitar with a crimson red blade. It is the color of blood once it has been oxidized and turns out bright red color.
Okay.
The hilt is a gilded golden hilt with a ruby set in the pommel.
Okay.
It
Cool.
has like a red velvet texture. It feels like velvet. That it covers the handle of the blade. But as you get closer, it appears to be some sort of scales that are soft to the touch. Or have been treated to
Dark
a
skin.
leather to be softer to the touch.
Cool.
This sword looks like it could have been made by a tabaxi man of some sort.
Hmm.
Are you moving forward?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've done our stupid thing for today.
Crimson.
The blade erupts into flame as it comes out from the pommel up the blade.
Worth it.
And you know, the flames themselves are like a violet red color.
That's cool.
They're not the orange and yellow. They are the color of like a ruby red.
Cool.
Please turn that thing off.
Oh yeah. Crimson.
It's making the air really dry.
Sorry, do you need some water?
I got some. I'm gonna take out a water skin and just start drinking water.
Okay. I guess we'll just make our way on. Do you want to turn that off? I think it's a little
I already-
unstable.
I already turned it off.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, I'm the blind one.
Sorry, it's just, I don't really see fire. I just make it.
Fair enough. I guess.
No, let's say sorry. So let's journey on. Said it was a couple miles. I feel like we've been going for a while.
We did kind of get interrupted.
Yeah. You okay there, Kadro? You want your usual punchy self. You normally hit more.
Well, you know, I was just not really hitting.
Well, it's really hard to hit something that's like all bony with giant ribs.
I mean, I don't think I agree. That's usually what I aim for.
Huh. More like there's usually more flesh on the ribs.
Yeah.
It is kind of hard to punch the actual bone.
It's okay.
Because then you have to worry about going in between them.
Mm.
Has to be a direct hit.
You should have told them you were a ghost. Look at this time, a ghost. Woo!
It almost worked too.
Yeah. Well, you made them laugh.
Where's this fountain anyway? Are we almost there?
I don't know.
Hope so.
I feel like there's a little bit of tension as we continue to have a discussion.
Oh, I see it.
Really?
DM's
Where?
like,
Oh,
Sounds like
wait,
watching all
you
that
actually,
Avatar lit.
you actually had us all there for a second.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, all right. You're blind.
Well, you're close enough. I can see you, but you know, can't see much beyond that. So,
Nearsighted.
in a sense,
I'd say.
As at this point, you get the trees, not necessarily dense enough to call it a forest. They just become more frequent and less spread out, as if it were a plain. There are still trees like bearing this fruit. It is almost looking like hanging crystals in the shape of like a plum or an apple or a peach, but very geometrical, faceted sides.
Stories tell me not to eat fruit from the underworld. That sounds like a bad idea.
I think generally you just shouldn't eat or drink anything you find in the underworld, but we drank like undead wine, I guess, so you know.
And I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat one.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Someone had to do it.
It passes him some jerky.
No, I want the silly fruit, because what if it tastes like better than jerky does? Jerky doesn't taste all that great.
I think
Bro,
jerky
you-
tastes
What do
great.
you mean?
Jerky tastes okay.
Please.
It's dry.
Yeah, I would just say
If you like dried meat, it's very
Kinda-
salty.
It's got a nice
Literally what
smoke
you
on
just
it.
described jerky. Is all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
I
it's
love
meant to.
jerky. It's just
Yeah, it's-
expensive.
Yeah.
You know, saying the question is, what is the jerky made of?
It's at this point as Kaito is debating his choice of whether or not to eat the crystal fruit and of the underworld. You guys notice that there is a spring in the distance. And
that what we were looking for?
purely for informational purposes.
Look, a spring in the distance.
Is that not the spring that we have to retrieve water from?
Hmm.
I thought he said a fountain.
Well,
A fountain. It's
He said
They-
spring as
they-
well.
Use both words to describe
Yeah,
it.
it's also technically like a a sacred place. So
I didn't
Hydro
really
is
wanna
gonna
correct them.
yoink a low hanging.
There is a visual for you guys.
Oh Lord!
Kaito picked a
For-
crystal apple.
Pure informational purposes.
I love knowing where things are.
So
Surely nothing horrible awaits us over there.
yeah, shall we be stealthy or
where would we be in this map?
You would be to the south center side at this point.
I have some spare glass bottles if anybody wants one.
I'll do as well.
Oh, I did not mean to be that far forward.
Never mind. I have one spare glass bottle if anybody wants one.
I do. Sorry, did we went on this entire journey and we forgot to do the bring a vial for each of us thing. Huh?
Well, I have about 2 on my person from the potions that I drank and never threw
I
those away.
I have the bottle from the bourbon that Granny gave us, as well as this
Hmm.
old glass vial I still have.
Yeah, you still have.
Could I have one? I only took my water skin.
I mean, maybe
Yeah,
there's like convenient vials on the way here.
Underneath a rock nearby. Yeah, Cormac will hand a bottle over.
All right, and I'll grab it, and just in case something happens on the way there, I'll give you guidance when you pass me the bottle.
I appreciate that.
And it's bubbling, I should note.
So, does
Do you
anyone
guys
have any
hear the
like?
bubbles?
Yeah, we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone have like any more used healing potion bottles or?
I have one that I'm gonna use for myself.
Whatever happened to
I-
that one y'all used on me?
As I mentioned, I have 2.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty sure everybody here can manage to use one.
I mean, I
Would
have.
anyone like to make a
potion.
perception check?
Sure.
Sure, I'll help.
I'll try, but
Uh,
don't you have disadvantage because it's dim light?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look through Orama. So I'm gonna be using
it
his
would be
+4.
so I mean,
It'll be a straight roll.
it would be a straight roll because everybody was looking. So you actually got the 24. So
Okay.
looking forward, there, Harley. there's a few trees around this fountain, right? And there's a few fallen branches, fallen logs, that sort of thing. And as you look at one of the fallen logs, you notice that it moves a little bit. And as to this point, you kind of hear this snoring sound as there are two giant sleeping lizard-looking creatures around this fountain, currently sleeping.
Sorry, those are undead T-Rexes.
We should be very quiet.
Okay, that one I could hear.
Very quiet.
Listen, if they do wake up, if you don't move, they can't see you.
Should I eat?
That's just a common myth.
Should I eat the weird fruit now or save it for later?
No, it might be too juicy and it might wake them up.
Save it for later. Later. Oof.
I do know animal friendship in case we do wake them up. Hopefully it works.
I'm pretty sure undead don't really count as animals anymore. I mean, I think they're more undead than animals, but
Can somebody sneak up with all of our bottles and fill them?
Yeah, I'll go.
Try.
Cormac.
I'm sneaky. as
Here,
well.
Actually,
Dan's gonna whoever's going, Dan's gonna take his rope and tie it around them and hold on to the end.
Yeah, I'll sneak up.
Okay, Harley, give me the bottle back.
Oh, yeah. I'll hand it back.
All right, so now I have 2. All right.
So, sorry. Is it me and Cormac
Excuse me,
going up?
sir. Can you roll for stealth before you move your token all boldly
I'm
like
gonna,
that?
yeah. I did. Oh wait, and I have guidance, right? You said.
Yep.
Bet. 23. Oh, I'm sorry, 24.
24. Okay. You begin to move up slowly. You notice that there is a giant horn that you could imagine would go like the sound of a clown horn when if you were to step on it, and then you narrowly dodge a sleeping dog's tail. And then there's one of those plastic containers that has like a clear top and a black lid. You all know the one I'm talking about, like the deli platter trays that you get at the grocery store.
Oh,
exactly.
oh my god.
That you just feel like
know
you,
what
need
else?
you feel like you need to open for some reason, but you don't, and you move on forward.
Also, my door.
Might
You
feel the
know-
Legos.
You know what else might be rather silly is if he just happens by just a small pillar with a simple bust on top of it.
You know what? Listen,
That sounds
we
personal.
all make this. All right.
But you managed to get to the bubbling fountain.
All right. Cool.
Let's stay quiet.
I have my rope tied around him, so Dan's ready to pull back really hard.
Careful.
All right.
He might hit that
What are
comedy
you-
of traps.
What are you waiting for?
Nothing. I'm gonna
No,
fill the 2
no,
bottles.
not
that I-
you. That's rude if I were
Oh.
to rush you. But Dan, what are you running your action? What are you waiting to pull the rope for?
If one of those lizards wake up.
Okay, so you have a total of 7 bottles.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna fill them up.
Okay, so you grab the first bottle, you uncork it.
I do it underneath like my jacket, so that way the cork doesn't make it too much of a.
Okay.
And then I slowly dunk the bottle down.
Okay, yeah. Can I get
Gotta
a
do
con
that for the
save,
rest-
please?
Of
course.
Yet.
I should have gone.
Oh, that's a 10.
So here's the thing about a bubbling pond of some sort of unknown green liquid. I never said it was water.
You son of a.
You son of a bitch.
So
That's
you're
true.
gonna take some acid damage. As you know, glass vials are great against acid, and some plastics as well. Otherwise, they'll melt through the floor, and the corpse you're trying to dissolve goes away. But you know, we're just gonna get my D10s here.
Oh, multiple.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
So he's losing an arm.
Low rolls. Low rolls.
You could just lose a finger.
This is a very potent acid, I will say.
Fuck.
And you're gonna take 36 points of acid damage.
Okay.
And luckily, you do not lose your hand.
Oh.
And I
okay.
need a wisdom saving throw, please.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 7.
Oh shit.
Now stealth.
Wait.
Stealth is what? A dex-based skill?
Yeah.
I need a dex saving throw.
Got it. That's a 10.
Well,
Dipping the vial into this, taking that damage, Revelor lets out a scream of pain.
mm-hmm. Shit.
Oh shit.
The creatures begin to stir.
No. Okay.
Dan, pull me back.
Oh, all right. Do I see them begin to wake up?
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
It's kind of obvious.
Yeah, Dan will yank back as hard as humanly possible, or as hard as possible for him.
All right, so Revelor, the rope goes taut, and you find yourself being yanked back, grabbing the vials with you. Luckily, they don't break, but the one you do have the liquid in. As these creatures begin to get up from their slumber, and at this point, you realize that both of their have missing eyes. And they begin to smell the air.
Okay.
How far back do I get pulled? Okay.
So,
What are y'all doing?
so I'm going to reuse a spell, and I'm going to vortex warp one of the creatures
Into the acid.
into the acid.
Yeah.
Do they have to be willing?
Yeah, they have to do a con save.
A con save. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll post it.
What's the
So
con
do we
save?
all?
It's con
Sorry.
16.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 15.
Yeah, so it kind of, I'm going to take the red one and I'm going to warp it because the body of water can support them because it's big enough into the acid.
Which one do you choose?
I'm going to choose Mr. Red.
Mr. Red?
Yeah.
He finds himself whisked away into the fountain and begins splashing around, screaming in pain.
And then I want to
a
polymorph
question.
the blue one.
Fuck.
Okay, what's the save for that one?
Wisdom 15.
Wisdom 15. That will fail with a 4.
All right.
Oh
and
my
I
God.
turned it into a squirrel.
Okay, so you find your little zombie squirrel starting to scutter about. And how long does that last for?
Let's see.
Concentration.
Concentration up to 1 hour.
Okay. So this one is splashing. It is angry. It knows that somebody is here. At this point, I need everybody to roll initiative, please.
Okay.
Could you add my token?
Yeah.
Honestly, I just love that. Like, it's such like a, it's like a cool, like, you can use it to help your friend. You can screw over a giant monster.
Nice, dirty 20.
Hey, look, I rolled not a 1. I got an 8.
Nat 20. Another orphan saved.
Oh, we're still in the negative on orphans right now.
Oh boy. We're in the
We
red.
roll this.
You have control of your token now. What'd you roll for your initiative?
Dirty 20.
30-20. Does it get to make the save at the end of each of its turns for polymorph?
I think. I don't think so. No, it just has to die. If it loses all its hit points as a squirrel, it turns back into a T-Rex.
Is it a squirrel with eyes?
If it's
I
still a
think-
zombie squirrel, then no.
Doesn't polymorph keep like missing limbs and stuff? And like,
We'll
I don't
say
know.
it does not have its eyes.
Cool. Blind squirrel.
I need Astro's token.
Oh yeah.
Woohoo!
This canned coffee from undisclosed brand tastes awful. Don't ever buy it.
Yeah, you said you should get your coffee from Pound Familiar.
I'm familiar, 100%.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
Regular Noel.
False life.
All right, so everybody, it is now Quasar's turn, who cannot see these things.
Yeah, but I'm sure I hear it like splashing around, right?
Yes, you do hear it
Okay.
splashing around.
So I'm,
Splash, splash! It is taking a bath in a giant vat of acid.
First thing first, Crimson. So, got that shit lit up.
You watch
And then
some
I'm
bonus
gonna-
float to the top.
It's
It's
like
at the bottom of the fountain, just like with a breathing tube in its mouth.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Go ahead, there, Quasar.
right.
Sorry.
So is it like? So now that I'm within range of it, like, can I still like see it like poking out of the acid? Like, is
Yeah,
it
it's
tall
a
enough?
shallow
Okay.
pool.
Okay. I'm gonna start making some attacks. So first attack is a 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
For let's see, is 10 magical slashing and 6 fire for a total of 16. And then I'm gonna first level divine smite on that.
Okay.
So is I always have to ask because I know you change some stuff sometimes. Is it undead?
It is undead.
Okay. I don't know. It could have been fucking beast still.
Oh.
It could have been beast
happened.
though.
I'm so sorry.
God said, do not question your
What's your
GM.
divine smite?
No.
Oh my god. So 3d8. So that's gonna be 10 radiant damage. So for a total of 26 that turn or that attack.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm gonna attack again. So that is a dirty 20 to hit.
No hit.
All right, cool. For 10 total damage from just the base attack, and then another 10, so 20.
Wow.
And so I think I used all my movement. Yeah, no, that's my turn.
He's looking pretty hurt.
Cool.
It is now Cormac's turn.
Cool.
Awesome.
Okay. Let's see. How far is this one? 15. Ah, perfect.
He's a
okay.
squirrel.
Now,
Yeah.
that one's a squirrel.
I know. I know what I'm doing.
Oh.
Cormac's
And-
gonna go up to the squirrel.
Mhm.
Okay.
He's gonna pull out his pepper box. Gonna take a shot at it. 12.
Well, let me look up the stat block for a squirrel because I didn't think you guys would be dumb enough to fight it.
It's gonna go back into a T-Rex.
Just fine. I have an idea. It's fine.
Okay. We could have picked it up.
Its armor class is 10.
Perfect.
And
So that's gonna be 7 piercing damage.
it had 1 HP.
Oh shit. Okay, I didn't think that one that far ahead. I was gonna shoot it and then
boy.
just try to kick it into the acid.
You could have just
Or you could
Kicked
just
it.
kicked it into the acid, my guy.
Yeah. Well,
Actually,
I-
the kick would have
okay.
also done it.
true.
Could've-
Just
also,
like, nudge.
hey, crazy bonus action disengage. I'm gonna run away now. I can actually do. Fuck off.
So what you don't realize in Dolan Glad, the squirrels are much hardier.
Clearly.
Yeah, they're fey squirrels.
So yeah, I'm gonna narrate this. So, Revelor very cockily walks up with a little bit of swagger in his steps, takes out his gun, smirks at the squirrel, shoots it, and then enlarges into a huge sized creature. He's like, meep, and then disengages and runs away.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I've already started it now. Might as well try to finish it. Extra attack. I'm gonna take another shot at it, while also expending a grit point with violent shot. So 17.
17 will hit.
Wait. Boom. That's gonna be 22 points of piercing damage total.
22 points of piercing damage. Okay. Anything else?
That'll be my turn.
All right. It is now our Harley's turn.
All right. Now that
Kydra's on deck.
now it's no longer a squirrel, I'm gonna call in some backup and cast Conjure Animals.
More squirrels.
1,000 squirrels. You're squirrel girl.
And I'm just gonna get one beast of a challenge rating of 2. I think you choose as the DM.
The goat.
It says it just says choose. Oh, choose one of the following options. Okay.
You get to choose.
Oh, okay. So I'll summon a saber-toothed tiger.
Nice.
Sorry. All right, where you summon it, you can move that token. I'm gonna change the color so you know it's yours. Well, it's not you, but it's like
Yeah.
it's gonna take its turn right after you.
All right, and it's a. I can summon it within 60 feet. So.
I know that's supposed to take its initiative, have its own initiative, and attack as a group, but that takes too much time. So we're
Okay, so I'm just gonna summon it right next to the thing.
okay.
Gave it a meal.
Okay, it's, stat block. All right.
A peace offering.
And bonus action, I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to who's next? To Kydro.
Thank you.
Just a good old D8. And then that's the end of my turn. Oh, I have pounce. I should have had it run up. Whatever.
All right, Kydro's next. Acid Rex is next.
Oh, now it's the saber-toothed tiger's turn.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
that's right.
I have a question.
Hold on, Kydro. Wait, it's the Sabertooth Tiger. Did you use your Oh, it doesn't require an action. So, yep, you can go ahead and have it do stuff.
So if the tiger works. Okay, yeah. Does it attack twice?
You can DM your
Okay.
question, by the way, Kydro.
No, it's a.
Oh, okay.
So it'll just bite into the leg of the T-Rex.
Yep, the T-Rex that was once a squirrel, but is no longer a squirrel.
Yeah.
Wasting a whole spell slot for someone.
Oops, that rolled twice, but and nat 20.
All right.
So it's how do you crit again? It's
You roll your dice, you double the amount that the dice rolls, and then you add the modifier. So it's a d6, and you roll a 3, 6, and then if it's a +4, it's 10.
all right. So that would be a
14 + 5 is 19.
all right. So yeah, so 19 damage as it bites into its leg and starts trying to tear at it.
All right, the saber-toothed tiger, with a roar, leaps into and tears its leg. It tears out a considerable amount of flesh from the ankle of this T-Rex. Okay.
And that's it.
All right, it is now the T-Rex's turn. No, it's Kydro's turn.
Okay. So I have a question about our acid T-Rex here.
Mm-hmm.
Has he made any efforts to leave the pool of acid yet?
Well,
Or
he
do you
hasn't
not
had the
have
chance to yet.
That's not the opportunity to. Okay. So Kaijo's gonna fuck with him immediately. Just like, all right, man. There is no escape from this. It's about to hit him with Breath of the Dragon acid variant. I'm gonna need a deck save from him.
I will make that with disadvantage because it is currently splashing in water, and it just makes sense. You're not very dexterous when you're in water.
Yeah.
That is a natural 1.
Wow.
Another orphan.
All
It's
right.
okay. You can roll your 3 damage.
Yeah. Whatever, man. It's actually 8 damage. Let's go. 8 acid damage, baby.
As Kydro puffs out his chest and spits acid all over this creature.
It's like a Dilophosaurus.
Excellent.
No.
Someone to give this man some Tums.
Absolutely.
Did he
Not
eat the crystal
sponsored, not
apple
sponsored.
first?
Some anti-acid tablets.
Tums,
Wow.
Tums,
Or the
Tums.
Kirkland brand, Tim's.
Yeah.
But that's not all. He's gonna run up right after. He's gonna wind his arm back and hit him with the acid slap draconic strike right away.
Got that slap
not-
of God going on.
He's letting this man know.
God slap.
It's a 15.
15 will hit.
Excellent for 9 acid damage. Let's throw a little bit of silly favorite foe on top just for fun.
Teehee.
That's the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. So an extra 4 damage for a total of 13 acid damage.
Yeah. Hydra spits on this creature with the acid. He comes up and just slaps him right in the face. But he doesn't move closer. You're going to slap him. Do you ever reach at 10 feet?
No,
He's
he
right
ran
up.
up. Unless it looks different on my end. Maybe here,
It
let me
looks
reload
like
it.
he's
Real
right up against
Yeah.
it.
quick. I'm refreshing it now.
On
He's a
my
full-
page,
he
it's
is-
right there. And then Hydra's right here.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
On my screen it said otherwise, but I'll move him over here. And that works for the movement he has. And then
If that's the case, I'd
what?
be here.
Still hasn't used his bonus action. So yeah, we're gonna consume some ki and go for some more acid slaps, of course. Which leaves him with a total of 2 additional attacks.
Oh, natural 1.
Oh, 26 and another crit fail. Wow.
I hope you're recording all of these natural ones you've been rolling today there, Hydro.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's up to more nat 1s than nat 20s now. That's kind of crazy. From this session alone.
Doing 11 points of what type of damage?
Acid.
So BM.
Can't use favorite foe more than once per turn, so that should be everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
It is now its turn. It is going to step over Kydro and Quasar.
Oh no.
And it is going to swing its tail at Quasar.
Yeah.
Oh.
Does it look rough right now, by the way?
It's hurt. It's not looking rough. I mean, it's hurt. That is going to be a 21 to hit Quasar.
Certainly hits.
Okay. And you are going to be pushed back 10 feet.
Oh. Yeah. That's real.
It just takes its tail and just slaps you right into the acid. And let me go ahead. And, so for the tail hit itself, that will be 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
And now for
Alright.
your acid.
Yeah.
It's too many dice.
It's not that many
Too
dice.
many dice.
Yeah, what is all over my dice here? Is this from when my nephew was fucking with it?
Just taste it.
No, I licked my finger
Oh.
to get my finger wet to get this off. It's like melted
Okay.
chocolate. Anyway, that's gonna be 31 points of acid damage.
All right.
And I will note that the T-Rex did not take acid damage when it started its turn,
Oh no.
but did take acid damage when it first entered the pond. So that's information for you as
Okay.
players. And now it's gonna make
Okay.
its bite attack against Kydro.
Oh no.
Kydro, that is gonna be a 27 to hit.
With disadvantage though?
Oh, not with disadvantage. That is gonna be a natural 20, so 27 to hit.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take the 27.
All right. That is 4d12.
Sorry.
4d12.
Casually.
That's not
I
a
heard it.
lot.
I mean, it's like his hit
It
points.
could be.
That's like a lot, yeah.
All right. So that is 27 points of piercing damage.
My goodness.
Good lord.
And you are now grappled and
Yeah.
restrained.
Mhm.
Interesting.
As these
Grappled and restrained.
jaws come slamming down on your side and it picks you up and starts flinging you around. It smells horrible. There is just rotten, like this, like brownish yellow juice in its mouth that's like coming out and getting all over your clothes. There's a hole in its cheek as well that you can kind of see into, revealing its rotten teeth in the back. It is hurting quite a bit. And that will be its turn. It's on Daemon's turn.
All right.
You're not mad
Cool.
about the acid, are you?
So, Daeon is, as he did earlier, going to fly into a rage.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he is going to instinctively pounce up towards the zombie Rex, whatever it is. And he is
Zombiesaurus
going
Rex.
to gonna make some attacks at it. Gonna make some attacks. Let's do this. So that is I'll recklessly attack. That's an 18. Doesn't change anything, really.
That will hit.
Yeah. For 17 or not 17, 19 points of magical slashing damage
Okay.
and an additional 8 radiant.
All right.
So total 27 if it takes all that damage in full.
It does take all that damage in full.
And he will attack once more for 26 to hit
26 will hit.
for an additional 12 magical slashing damage.
All right. Dion runs up and just starts tearing into this creature. All right.
And yeah. That'll be his turn.
Okay. It is now Astra's turn.
All right. So, seeing as Kydro is eating piles of shit from this dinosaur biting on him, Astra is gonna do some silly healing, and she is going to use a 4th level healing word. So 44 plus 4. Let me roll that. That's a pretty shitty roll, but 12 points of healing, and she will use 2 of her hit die for the Necklace of Healer Sacrifice. That's how that works, right?
Mm-hmm. You use up to
And-
4 hit die. Yep.
Up to 4, yeah. So... Okay. So, an additional 17 hit points on top of that.
Okay.
So that's all that all goes to Kydro.
Kydro gets 29 hit points back.
Huge.
Yeah. And that she will use her bonus action. Is the Necklace of Healer sacrifice a bonus action? I will ask.
It goes with the spell. It's not a bonus
Okay.
action to use.
Okay, so she will use her bonus action and turn invisible using a hidden step.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
Move over here, but she's invisible.
For those of you wondering, the Necklace of Healer Sacrifice is a homebrewed item that allows the caster of a healing spell to sacrifice their own hit die to add that to their healing amount per level of the spell. So a 4th level healing spell, they can use up to 4 of their hit die and add that to the total. All right, anything else for Astra's turn?
That'll be it.
All right. The T-Rex is going to be angry. It's going to lock its eyes on Revelor. It's going to roar.
Nope.
And it's going to just step over the saber-toothed tiger and charge him.
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
All right. He's gonna go for a claw attack this time. All right, 15.
15 will hit.
Nice. 2d6 plus 5.
It's a glass
12
of water.
damage.
12 points of damage. All right. It's going to take its tail and it's going to whack the saber-toothed tiger behind it because it has a reach of 10 feet. So that is going... I'm sorry. That is going to be a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
21 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, so that's 52 mine, so 21.
So it gets knocked back 10 feet. Move that for you, and it's gonna take its bite attack against Revelor.
No.
You wish. 20 to hit.
That hits.
All right.
So we'll do a silver barbs on that one.
That will be
I know
a
you-
17 to hit.
Ooh, just matches. Put that up.
Okay.
Eventually, high enough level, that won't do nothing.
Oh, I know.
22 points of piercing damage, and you are now grappled.
Yay.
As it is now grabbing you and flinging you around like a rag doll.
So they've got 2 of our people in their mouths.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Kydra's a little worse off because, he can't move.
Oh, you're also restrained.
Nah, shit.
It's just part of it. I just forgot to mention
Yeah.
it.
That's fine.
Just stick your gun in its mouth. You can't miss from the inside.
Right. So they're right up against each other. It is now Casimir's turn.
Okay. So first things first, I given Quasar advantage on his next whatever.
Okay.
And Casimir's gonna go and say, this isn't good. Down, a little too small. Let's get big. He's gonna cast enlarge on him.
Woo!
Again. Twice in one day.
Let's go.
Yeah, so you are now even bigger. You do an extra d4 damage. Your advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. And Casimir is going to fly 30 feet straight up.
All right.
And that's Blade Song. Yes, we're going to use my feature in case they actually hit me. So he's going to activate his Blade Song again. Kind of looking down, viewing. I'm assuming 30 feet he's like in line up with their face, or is he above them?
I would say that you're above them.
Okay.
They stand about 20 feet tall.
Yeah. Okay. Still 10-foot range. So, all right. And that's it. Action,
All right.
bonus action, movement.
Top of the round, being in the acid hole, and like when the dinosaur left your vicinity, you for a moment, and when it was right next to you, Quasar, you smelled the smell of like rotten eggs.
Mm-hmm.
You may take your turn.
Okay. So I'm not taking any damage. That's good. Bonus action. Starlight Step. And I'm gonna teleport right there.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like using movement for that. Couldn't be bothered. So let me mark that. Cool. Then I'm gonna just squeeze past Kydro and move right there. So at least if I get knocked 10 feet back, I'm not going into acid again. Then I'm gonna start attacking this fool.
First one at advantage.
Yay! All right. There it is. So that is a 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
Excellent. For total of 16 damage.
All right.
Another one. 16 to hit, which
16 will hit.
hits, right? Yeah. Cool. For a total of 17 damage.
17 points of damage. It falls to the ground, dead.
Cool.
More dead.
But you watch as his stomach begins to inflate.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Yep.
bursts open. And I need not Revelor because he's 20 feet in the air. But I need Hydro, who's no longer grappled and restrained. I need Quasar and Dion and good old Harley to make con saving throws, please, as this poisonous gas erupts in the area.
+3 on that shit, boys.
Oh, nice. So that means I get a
+3
29.
20.
All right, con save.
with an extra +3, 25.
That's a solid 13.
So all of you are gonna take half.
Oh, cool.
Wow. Such
Wow.
great rolls. Oh my
I
god.
thought I would have failed.
That would have been 23 points of poison damage, but it's 11 for those of you who passed.
Oh,
Which
I'm
is
immune to
everybody.
poison damage.
Wow. Thank God you're not.
Because he's a
poison.
grung.
Yeah. Yeah, he just
Because you could
breathes
say,
it and it's like
It's one grung above us.
It's like an air freshener.
So he just hit us with a giant gas fart.
Yeah, basically.
I
It
hate
appears
that I
that
like that
the
smell now.
decay has caused a lot of gas buildup in the corpse of these giant beasts.
Yeah.
That when they died, just released it all. So,
Does that
Yeah,
affect the other one? Or
it's immune to poison as it is undead,
okay.
but not acid.
That's a whole different beast.
That's a whole different dinosaur.
All right, and and
Already on it.
next up is going to be anything else for your turn there, Quasar?
Nope. I still have some movement. So I'm gonna, just. I think I have 20 feet left, so. Just. Right there.
Okay,
And that's it.
it is now Cormac's turn.
Cool. So for my action, I'll have to reload because I finally ran out of ammo. And then I'm gonna action surge, and I'm gonna try to shoot down the third of the blue one that is currently holding me.
Okay. If you're restrained, that would be with disadvantage.
Yes, I am aware. So 21.
21 will hit.
Cool. That's gonna be
Just no sneak
it's no
attack.
sneak. It's so 12 piercing.
12 points of piercing damage. Okay.
Then extra attack. Ooh, 16.
That will still hit.
Sweet.
They're very big creatures. They're not hard to hit.
Yeah, it's like super cool too. You're just hearing
So
bang,
17 total points of damage.
So Revelor being flung around the air, just like takes steady aim and goes and shoots. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but does do damage nonetheless. Anything else for your turn?
That'll do it.
All right.
It doesn't drop him.
Nope. It is not Harley's turn.
All right. So I'm gonna cast vicious mockery.
Okay.
So it has to make a wisdom save, but I just deal that. You smell like shit.
A wisdom save, you said? That's gonna be a 12.
All right. This takes 2d4.
Now, if T-Rexes could look sad, this one definitely had its feelings. So as it's flinging Revelor around, you just watch as one yellowish green tear builds up in its eye and it just drips down.
The hole of where its eye would be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
burning
So it
hole where lands.
takes 5 psychic damage and has disadvantage on the next attack.
Okay.
It's good.
Bonus action. I will healing word Revelor.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Is there anything that you say or do when you're doing your healing word as a bard?
I play just like a oddly like angelic tune, like.
I will say, since you're a frog with a banjo, why are there so many songs?
Why are they so?
All
And you
right.
heal 8.
Yay.
8 points of healing back to Revelor.
Sweet.
And now, that's the end of my turn. So the saber-toothed tiger goes
Yep.
and
Saber-toothed
it
tiger.
runs.
That's
It
double my
runs
health.
up 5, 10, 15, 20.
It turns
and
into a
it
leg.
pounces on it. Pouncing on its leg. So if the tiger moves at least 20 feet straight toward a creature, oh, that wasn't straight. Oh, but it could just move.
It could have just moved back and then moved forward. So, like, it's fine.
I've done
It
it
would be
before.
right
It
there.
works.
It would have moved back 1. And
I
then,
killed Dee Dee. I'll
charge.
kill this thing too.
How dare you!
Well, it's gonna disappear in an hour.
But you can ride it. It's so much bigger than you.
That target must succeed on a DC 14 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Does it matter what size the creature is?
Does not mention size.
So it's a DC what strength saving throw?
A DC 14.
Okay.
And it's
That's a natural 20.
Okay, so yeah.
Not what I wanted to roll a natural 20 on, but
So it just jumps at its side and then tries to bite into it. 24.
24 will hit.
Do 10 plus 5. 1. Okay, so 6 damage.
6 points of damage. Still damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys are slowly chipping away at it. Slowly. Kydro, it is now your turn.
Gydro. So, just to clarify, red one's totally dead. It is now just the remaining blue one.
Yes. I should just
All right,
remove
yeah.
the map.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering.
Yeah,
It, it
blew up, right?
exploded.
It kind of exploded, yeah. It's just
Yeah. All right.
I will say
Kydro's
every-
gonna hit him with a
It's kind of covered in T-Rex guts right now.
delectable. All right. Kydro will then hit his BM acid combo once more. So I'm gonna need a dex save.
That is going to be a 4. They're not very dexterous creatures, guys.
yeah. They're not very wise. They're not very dexterous.
But
They
they're not
are
very
strong.
delicate.
They are strong.
Yeah. Yeah, but they, I mean, they just try to deflect with those tiny little arms.
Just
So,
tiny
so
little arm
Kydro, what are you
catches
done?
magic missile.
So That will do a total of 11 acid damage off
Okay.
Breath of the Dragon alone. Kydra's gonna run up. Smack. Let's see. Shall we? Oh, it's a 16 to hit.
That will hit.
I will hit for 10 acid damage. But Kydra's gonna keep going though. You know he's not done swinging. Oh, guys, we got a crit.
So
Got a
many
crit.
natural
Got a
20s
crit.
this session and
It
natural
all led
ones.
up to
Holy
this.
crap.
And a lot of natural ones, yeah. Hold on, let me add that to the stats.
Kydra is just making up for that really bad round he had last fight.
That is
Yeah.
22 points of
Actually, it's
damage
not a crit.
total.
I'm gonna cancel it. No.
I
I could totally do it too.
No.
Please don't.
It'd be really silly, but I'm not gonna do that because that's me.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of damage.
Already added it. You're good.
You got everything accounted for?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that should be everything. He just hit him with the acid barrage, and then he's just sitting there, just ready to hit him with another one. Should he survive another 6 seconds?
It's now Dion's turn.
All right, I'm gonna have to do some measuring. I can get there with 30 feet. If I step here, would I technically be in the acid pool?
Yes.
Okay, so I was like right there, correct?
You're pretty big.
Close enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Dayon will move over here, and he's gonna make an attack. But he's gonna take the attack action. But for his first attack, he's gonna attempt to grapple this this dinosaur.
Okay.
Oh god, he's gonna wrestle a dinosaur.
That's also wrestling me.
That's
You'll be
true.
fine.
You'll be good.
So it is a acrobatics against your.
Athletics.
That's cocked.
That's at advantage, so that's an 18.
5.
Okay. So it's grappled.
Okay. So it can't
And-
move.
It can't move, but I can move it. And Dayon is gonna now start pushing it into the acid pool.
So that'll be double movement for every 5 feet.
Double movement for every 5 feet. All right.
Bye, Quentin.
Cool.
I'm gonna die.
I mean, he's in the bottom left corner. He'll be fine.
I'm in its mouth.
You're in
Yeah,
its
you're in its
mouth,
mouth,
but
but
like
it's-
the
It's in the bottom left corner. So like technically.
it'd be, like,
Isn't that
right
cool
here.
thing where he like grabbed its jaw on both sides and just started pulling?
Bro, yeah,
Alright,
you should have just done
So I could, but I'm not going to.
that. Man!
All right. So I'm pretty sure I could move like this far, which would push it like up enough to be into the pool.
Yeah.
So does it take damage upon entering?
It does.
Okay.
We're loving this acid pool as a tool.
Yeah. All right. It takes 25 points of acid damage.
And Dayon will use his second attack as part of his attack action to attack this thing. All right. That's a 24 to hit.
24
In a
will hit.
headlock.
And that is going to do 12 points of magical slashing damage plus an additional 6 radiant, so a total 18 points of
Add a
damage.
D4.
Add a D4. Cool.
Yeah,
I
because
can
you're
add D4.
enlarged.
Yes. Additional 3 points of damage to that. So what? That was
I got it.
yeah, a good amount.
All right. Anything
All
else?
right. I'm looking at the wrong character sheet.
21 total.
Yeah, 21 damage total. No, I guess that's kind of it. I can't do anything else.
All right. It is now Astra's turn.
Cool. Who's looking the worst right now? Revelor, definitely. Okay, cool. So let's see. We are going to do a second level cure wounds. I think that's all her second level spell slots. And that's 12 points of healing.
Okay.
And she'll expend what? Her last 2 hit die to add on to that.
Okay.
Let me roll that. That's an additional 15 on top of that.
Oof.
Nice.
Getting everybody cleaned up, you know. And that'll be her turn. She's now not invisible anymore.
All
It's
right.
blocked.
Wait, was that for me?
Yeah, that was for you. That was all for
Oh.
you.
I think Cure Wounds a touch spell.
It is.
Oh, it is. She could have
Yeah.
moved, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
she wouldn't have
still
been able
20
to
feet in
reach
the
him.
air.
Fuck.
Healing word.
Yeah, I could healing word.
Oh,
You
that
definitely
works.
get the 15 though. You definitely
Yeah.
get 15.
Okay, get the additional. Okay, so you get 15 to start. Let's say that.
Okay.
And then it's the second level healing word instead of a cure wounds, which gets you 9 additional on top of the 15.
Yeah. So it's only
That's not
3
bad.
less.
Yeah, only 3 less. It's whatever.
So that's 24.
Yep.
Got it.
Good amount of healing.
Just in time.
Almost
All
at
right.
half.
So it is going to bite down on Revelor again.
Ow.
That is going
It has
to be
disadvantage on its next attack roll.
yes. I rolled it twice.
Okay.
That
Just
is
making
a
sure.
22 to hit.
That'll hit.
This is 30 points of piercing damage.
So much for all that healing you just did for me.
And Daon will use his reaction to attack the T-Rex.
Okay.
No.
It can only make its bite
Gotta love
attack
that, though.
against you because you're grapple. It's in the stat block.
That is a 19 to hit
19 will hit.
for a nice meaty 19 points of damage.
Okay.
Plus a D4.
Plus a D4. Yeah, plus a D4. Let me add that D4. Plus 1, so 20 points of damage.
All right. And for its last action, because it can't move, it is going to make its tail attack against Daon.
Cool.
26 to hit.
Yep.
That is 15 points of bludgeoning damage, halved, so 7.
All right.
And that is its turn. Casimir.
So say Casimir kind of a little too far away to do much of any.
Did it take additional acid damage? Sorry.
It does actually. So Casimir, 1 second, please. Where's the other one? You. Okay, there it is.
I thought
And
it did- if it
acid. How do you want to do
started
this?
I love it.
It just
Wait,
it just
confused.
dies. It just dies in the acid. Let's see here.
I thought the acid didn't do damage on subsequent turns.
No, if it
I thought it was
ends
only
its turn in the acid, which
Oh,
is
if
what
it ends
I was
its turn.
alluding to.
Okay.
So
I thought
the
you meant there was
T-Rex
just no.
with a roar, not able to withstand any more damage to its body, falls. Revelor barely missing the edge of the pool as he falls down with it. And that will be the end of initiative.
Do you catch Revelor with your giant hand?
Worse, and I cradle him like a baby.
God.
Once again, but this time I'm even more grown up than he is.
Casimir kind of flies down.
No one gets to mark that kill.
Oh my god. Well,
Oh.
yeah. So stealth is not our forte.
The acid didn't help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't sure if that was going to work, but it was a kind of interesting to throw, giant lizards into acid.
I've never seen a lizard quite so large.
Yeah. So, do we think this is the spring? They said water, not acid.
Did they say
I
water?
mean, it is the underworld. I wouldn't be surprised if their water
Okay.
is
Well,
acid.
so now that we've established that the world is dangerous,
works really.
I have magic that I can use to put the bottles into the acid without actually using my hand.
I don't think this.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we probably should have done that at the start.
Well, I mean, but let's be honest. We didn't know it was acid, and there were two giant whatever these things were.
True, but it was green and bubbling.
We can both do that.
We probably should have
Yeah.
been
Listen.
more careful.
Yeah. So
You don't-
I mean, like mage hand, and like this like little spectral hand comes up and like, hey, like magic is great. Sorry, Revelor.
As as much of a good point as that is, Harley. Herbal tea is also green and bubbling. It could have been a giant spring of herbal tea. I don't know how it works down here.
Yeah.
That actually is a good point.
Yeah. I mean, at least it wasn't that stuff that melted all of our gear. So I mean, I can cast this. It lasts for about a minute, so I'll try one of the bottles if you're okay to give them to me, Revelor. I don't want you to do that again.
Quentin,
Yeah.
he's talking to you.
Oh shit, my bad.
Your name is Revelor, right?
He's still little
back.
shaking up from the acid. Ha!
Yeah. Okay. And like a mage hand like reaches into your pocket and pulls the vial out, and he kind of pulls the stopper off and puts it into the acid and dips it down and see what happens. And if that works, puts the stopper back in carefully. All right, so we can, if there's no complications, I mean, this seems like the safest way. And
Probably should have.
listen,
Should have led with that.
again, you're stealthy, and we thought it was water and giant thunder lizards.
Let's just get the water and move on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we'll rinse and repeat if this works.
Yep. I'll also do that with Casimir just so it goes by quicker.
Oh, that's cool. Yours is sparklier than mine. It's like a sequin glove.
Yeah, quickly enough you can gather the acid into all the vials that you need.
Cool.
We're
And
still sure this is what we're supposed to be doing, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
so there
Frankly,
was
if they tell us it's not,
a,
I'll walk past.
I will remind everybody there was an insight check when the quest was being given,
Yeah, it was complicated.
Yeah.
but they weren't telling you everything about it. So
Yeah. So
Okay.
sure, this is probably the right.
Okay. So carefully transport these. Maybe not in the bag of holding, because if they open in the bag of holding, I think that ruins it. Okay. Let's go.
Yes. I would like to return back to those condescending ghosts.
Yeah.
Hopefully the city's safer.
So remember, you
Well,
are
we-
going to shrink, so you should put Revelo down before you do.
I can still hold him.
Please put it down.
Fine.
Only Kydro gets to hold him like that.
We should
you
each
know what?
Carry one. Because
God. Quasar, the sword has cursed your voice.
He's moving in slow-mo.
2 frames a second to now 0.
We'll cast the slow spell on him.
I think this is called time stop.
oh no.
Oh, it did everything at once.
Oh my god.
I'm glad that's recorded. I
Anyway,
really
move on.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Oh, shit.
Just keep going. Just keep going. It's fine.
right.
Clip.
But
Oh god.
he was saying we should probably each take one because they asked for one from each of us.
Yep. Let's do that. Yep. Everything's good. We're all good.
Glenn, I hate you so much. Hello. Hi.
Okay, so let's make our way.
So you guys, with our messed up cameras, it's fine. Begin to make your way
And he's
back towards the city. The path back is fairly easy. You pretty much cleared out all the danger between the fountain and the city. And within a few hours, you managed to make your way back to the gate.
Cool.
Cool.
Done with that.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Is my audio fine now? Like,
Yeah, you're good.
we're
Yeah.
good now? Alright, cool. Jesus.
It's
Oh,
the best it's been.
you managed to make it back and none of your limbs are missing. I'm jealous, as I'm missing a fair part of my chest. You all succeeded in your quest, apparently.
Yeah, we threw the giant lizards into the acid.
Giant
At least one of
lizards. I was not aware of such creatures.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell the gods
calling
about
bullshit.
this.
Yeah, there's very
well,
Yeah.
seeing that you all collected a vial of acid, you can proceed into the city.
Do you want the acid?
But
Is that what
why
we're
would I
taking?
need such a thing?
I mean, it would probably help clean the bones up a little bit. I don't know.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You may proceed, and you can keep the acid that you worked so hard for as a reward, I guess. By the way, everybody, this vial of acid will do 3 d12 points of damage when thrown using Dex at
Ooh.
an enemy on
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Since it's a small amount of acid, it only does 3d12, but it's a one-time use, so use it wisely. It's one of those items that you'll never use because you never know if you will get an item quite as good as it.
And then it comes in handy at the pinnacle of the story.
At some point, you'll just use it to burn a lock off of a prison door you'll inevitably find Hydro in. So they allow you to head into the portcullis, and you find yourselves in this quite bustling city. There are buildings that have this black stone layer, but have this ghostly aura surrounding them, almost as if they don't appear to be solid until you go up and actually reach out and touch. It isn't very. These homes aren't inhabited per se. A lot of them are dilapidated in how they look, and seem to be just existing from buildings that have been lost in cities that have been forgotten or destroyed in wartime. and somehow their image or the ghosts of these buildings and these various stalls were transported here to this city. Some of you recognize buildings that look similar to those in Summermorn as well, right during the Goblinoid attack just a couple months back. So, what would you like to do?
Wow. This is an amazing city. But we have a goal, right?
You said we were going to see the goddess?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe she could help me find the soul I'm looking for. Don't really have a way to find a goose running around.
Might be able to. I don't know. I mean, goddesses can do a great many things.
Yes, they can.
But we're here to save an entire people.
Oh, wow. I guess I never asked why you guys were here in the first place.
Well, you know, first we save Astra's people, and some of us have our own personal goals for being here, you know. But
I'm here because I fell out of the sky.
that was very interesting. Yeah, he fell out of an airship.
I landed it though.
How'd you land after falling out of it?
He has wings
You know.
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Huh.
I have wings all the time, but they're not like the same.
I mean,
Oh, not
here.
again.
Oh, here we go.
because we
Somebody bring this man some anti-magic.
I'm here because we share a mutual hate.
Mutual hate.
Yes,
Right.
mutual hate.
Hmm.
For his fallen star that we know as a Ronald Dingus the Maestro.
Was Dingus in the name? I must have missed that.
It is now.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I guess we should head up to. Is there like a big castle or something in the city?
There
that I
definitely
can
is.
see?
As at this point, you hear a voice in front of you as the departed souls have begun to make a path with you in the middle of the road, and in front of you there is a figure wearing a white and gold robe with a hood up. It is a undead face, very withered gray skin with these kind of glowing blue eyes, obviously a magic caster, a strong source of some port, both of their hands tucked into the sleeves of their robe. Seekers. I
Oh,
presume.
Yes. Were you expecting us?
Yes, I am an envoy of Iona and Greftrea.
Okay. So, since you were expecting us, I'm tattling on those two guards that sent us on a quest to get acid that they didn't need. We got pretty hurt.
It was. Yeah.
Some reprimand, but might be in order.
I apologize for the inconvenience that those two have caused. If you wish, I will remove them from their duties and pick two more souls to take their place.
No. I mean, if they had no
No,
instructions to allow the living into this city, I don't think they were doing anything but following orders, correct?
Sometimes the dead grow envious of the living. I just so happen to be something in between.
Oh. In between, in what way?
Oh, I apologize. I've forgotten my manners. I am the Archlich known as Visitrius, and I am a servant of the goddesses of this realm.
Have I heard that name ever?
Make a history check.
All right. Let's see if Dayon read the expanded universe books. 5.
5, you have never heard of this man.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. Now, if you would follow me, I'd be happy to take you to the Citadel of the End.
Of course, and also apology accepted. All I request is that you yell at them.
I will do that.
You.
Gently, I mean.
I have a question. I'm in search for a temple. Would that citadel share the same space, or is it a different place?
The Citadel holds many things. What is it that you seek?
Well, I'm just searching the temple of well-known Greftria.
You may find that in the Citadel. You do not answer my question. For what purpose does it serve?
Wanted to check it out.
Interesting. Follow me. He turns and he just almost as if he's floating, his robe dragging across the ground, begins to go up the street towards where the Citadel is, as he called it.
As we walk up, I'm going to ask, so is there someone there to help me find a lost soul?
If the soul found its way to our city and did not derive from the path that Greftria trods, it should be here unless it's already moved on to the next.
I hope that's not the case.
Where would souls move on from here?
The Citadel is the end and the beginning. It is here that Ielna will give judgment to the souls and put them to the next place. Some find paradise, some find complacency. Others, he just gonna looks off to the side, less desirable places.
If I may ask, we did have a friend that passed over, but he didn't quite die. Would you know where he is?
I will be happy to assist you with the search of your friend or his whereabouts, but we are on a tight schedule as the goddesses are quite busy. Many visitors as of late. They're entertaining one now.
Of course. Sorry to hold you up.
Who's visiting right now?
The Mother of Mercy.
Really are interrupting then.
You gotta make a religion check for me there, Casimir.
Sure. I mean, even then, he's gonna just think it sounds important if it fails. It's a 10. It sounds important.
It's a low. No, it's actually a low DC because you've heard. You guys have learned who the Goddess of Mercy is.
Yeah.
She's also the goddess of the White Moon.
Oh.
Apparently, Ielna and Greftria are currently receiving a promenade from Krasna, the Queen of the Gods, and wife to Sealnor.
Oh boy, she's probably gotta give us an earful.
Visitrius continues to guide you along the streets. Despite this being a city, there's no trade, there's no commerce or activity or residency going on in the city. The only time you see something that is resemblance of a residence are those who are in clear service to the goddesses who see over this realm. And soon enough, you find yourself at a citadel made of white stone with the same turquoise bluish green glow coming from it as the rest of the stone. And the doors open. These doors are this black iron with these spiraling blue patterns etched into it, and quite beautiful. It makes up two figures on each door. One is a goddess, which you recognize to be Ielna, with 3 faces. There's one on each side of her, with one in the front with like these cracks kind of showing. One is that of a small child. The other one is that of a young woman, and the other one is that of a crone. While Treya is shown from the side portfolio holding a torch, and it seems as if almost as if she's presenting the torch to Ielna. Visitrius will continue. Are you those who fancy art?
I love art.
I love music.
You see, this realm has existed since the creation wars.
Yes,
So many souls put into the light just to find their demise. Nowhere to go. Until Iona and Treya found their purpose to guide the souls to what comes next and to be the in-between to the crossings. They, with death, work to build the gateway.
The gateway
Yes,
to the next.
the gateway moves on to the realm of death, where souls find their ending, or they move through the realm to find their punishment or reward for how they were in life. You all still have time. Some of you have made blemishes on the world, some of you have brought light to it. There is time, and I know that Destiny has her eye on you. I was once a being who brought a horrible scar on the world. But rather than punishment and my soul being lost and scattered into oblivion, I was offered an alternative.
Service.
Indeed. Anyway, we're here. And I advise you to not look directly at the goddesses, as you will quite literally burst into dust.
Huh. Does that?
I'll avoid that.
Yeah. Does that count for people who don't see with their eyes?
I've never tried. You're welcome to be my first experiment.
Okay. I was just asking for a friend.
With a flick of his hand, the second set of doors to the great hall of the goddesses of the underworld open.
Okay. Everybody walk down as you walk. Don't look directly.
And as the Great Hall is revealed, what happens next is a story for another time.
No.
So everyone, that's where we're gonna end our session for the day. Thank you so much to Dakota for gifting us 3 subs.
Yeah.
Thanks, you're so nice. So everybody, that's it for this week's session of Procedure Counter after a 2-week hiatus. Oh my gosh. Oh. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and thank everyone for being in our story for this evening. A huge congratulations to Aaron, aka Harley, for being a guest, and I'm excited to be in the one shot with you tomorrow. That's gonna be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, Thursday. Don't forget we're live every Wednesday, or most Wednesdays I should say, as we didn't have a session the last week at twitch.tv/PrestigeGC, 8 p.m. Eastern, Wednesdays. Come and join us. Join our Discord if you haven't already. We do a ton of fun events. We play things like Dead by Daylight. We're doing Anna Sundays. Every Sunday we watch the newest episode of Jujutsu Kaisen together. If you aren't caught up, you should catch up. So you can join us this Sunday, / 11:45 p.m. Eastern, to watch that episode. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on over to Dayon, who is played by Jeremiah in our campaign.
Yeah, thank you. Great session. I loved all the shiny stuff that we agreed not to touch and then got touched. It was very interesting. I did love the combat dense session. We usually at most have 1 combat per session, but 2 is welcome, even if it's intimidating. But it was really great, really fun. I did enjoy meeting a funny little frog guy that plays a makeshift banjo. that was pretty great. And yeah, I'm excited to hear what these goddesses have to say. And with that, I'll pass it over to Quentin, aka Cormac, aka Revelor.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah. Yeah, so I really got hit a lot this session. It was not a good time for me anyway, but with that being said, it's always a good time to be here every week with all our wonderful players we have here, including our newest guest, Aaron. We were glad to have you with us tonight. Thank you as always to everyone in chat who was chatting it up, and of course thank you to our wonderful DM Michael for bringing us together with this amazing story he has written for us. And yeah, I think that's about all I got. So with that, I'll pass it over to Jaden, who's playing Kydro.
Kydro. Yeah, that was actually a really fun session. Kydro. No, that was a great session. I had a lot of fun. You know, the Underworld's a pretty great place because you get to have some pretty abnormal experiences. First thing I'd like to say, glad to have you here, Aaron. Your character has a lot of charm. It's very fun to, play around with. And then I'd just like to say something, right? Was not expecting the zombie T-Rex out the gate like that. That was pretty... like, all right, we're doing this, I guess. I just want some green water. But let me just address something else, right? When we were taking that sword, it's like I want Casimir to identify some of the stuff on the off chance some of it's really good. And Kydro had no clue what any of those items were, but as a player, hated every second of that.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was like with every item Salkos was listing off, it was like Robe of the Arc Magi, boom. 3D chain, boom. I just hated every moment of that.
Rod of Lordly Might.
No, that one was the worst one. Oh my god.
Hey, I got a magic weapon now, guys.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
To be fair, he didn't have a magic weapon before.
To be fair.
Well, yeah. And you know what? I'm very excited for the next session because not only do we get to meet the gods, but Kydro's about to enact the craziness once again. So
He's gonna get evaporated.
He will get disintegrated immediately for trying to rizz up the goddesses. And then everybody will laugh and it'll be a great clip on Twitch. So can't wait for that. With that being said, I'm going to pass it over to Guy.
Thank you. That was a really crazy, fun session. Like I said, the other people said the combat was wild. We show that we have no subtlety and no chill, which I love. Throwing thunder lizards into acid is going to be like one of my highlights. And then saying Casimir ended up playing more of a support role than like a combat role today, which is kind of fun. But yeah, and to say it was interesting playing with definitely with Aaron with good energy, lots of fun grung jokes, but just like delightful, well told story. The underworld is crazy, just like the Feywild was. It's almost going to seem strange going back to the like normal world. You're like, oh yeah, this is just a tavern, and here's this crazy wacky character. But say delightful. It's always fun. Miss playing with all of you for the last 2 weeks, and look forward to all the weeks that follow. So I'm gonna pass it on to Dakota, who plays Quasar, our very, very greedy paladin.
Hey,
Yeah,
cool sword. All right.
it was cool.
I absolutely love being in the underworld because I'm playing a paladin. The divine smite in my back pocket. Very fun session. A lot of combat, which I like because I've always loved combat in D&D. Just very well done as well. It's like zombie dinosaurs. Not what I expected at all.
Yeah, so would you remember how I said it right before the session that velociraptors are too low of SR? I almost had skeletons using zombie velociraptors as mounts. So
Oh my god.
Save that for another day.
Very, very good session. I always love being here. Thank you to Michael for putting this together for us. And instead of passing it to Michael, I'm gonna pass it to Aaron, who played Harley.
I'm very glad you guys had me today. I wasn't expecting to play today, but I had a lot of fun. I haven't played a bard before, so it was great to test out all those spells. I went with psychic spells because I thought that'll be neat, and then it turned out we were in the underworld, so they got a lot of good use out of them. And I always like playing the just funny little guys, so playing another grung that isn't just a fool, but you can make grung jokes about him was great. So I had a great time, and I'll be back tomorrow where I'll also play another short green man, but isn't a frog.
Okay.
well, thank you so much. And by the way, everybody, a huge congratulations to Dakota for doing next week's summary. What was that, Dakota? What was that? I heard that you just like when you do a camp, just like, hey, random person, what happened last week? So full circle.
How did the dice do that? Like, it's always like poignant when it comes up. It's like, hey, Dakota, you were such a huge part of the play today. Now you get to do the summary.
The dice
fate.
tell the story here, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So everybody, if you want to know what happens
story, 100%.
next time, come join us next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/prestigegc for the continued story as we meet some more divine people. And by the way, if you want to know a little bit more about Iona and Greftraya as goddesses overall, we do have their lore videos available on our TikTok page, along with some lore about Kresna and the 4 main deities of the world. So join our TikTok page. We're also releasing our character lore videos, so you get some more backstory in case you missed bits and pieces throughout the campaign, as it's been revealed on the TikTok as well. Casimir's is currently available, so there's that. I don't have much else to say other than I would love to see as many people in the Discord as possible to play games with and do activities with, because we have so much room for activities. Other than that, bye.
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 We're out.